Time to get ready for the Larry and Needles Show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Larry and Needles Show. I'm Larry.
And I'm Needles.
We got Kiki with us today, again, as usual.
The funny thing is there's this like huge thing on Twitter now. It's like Africans built Britain and Africans built the United States and Africans built that. They're like, bitch, when are they going to build Africa?
Seriously.
You know?
That's good.
It's just very funny that, you know, like there's this whole thing about this, like, this Black Pride movement and all of this stuff, and then when you go on Twitter, all you do is see African Americans killing each other, fighting each other,
Yes.
robbing each other, doing heinous crimes, and there's no repercussions of it. That dude that what was that? That guy, the dude Pelosi's, the guy that attacked Pelosi with the hammer got 30 years today.
He got 30
really?
years?
Yeah, 30 years.
Wow.
But there's a guy
Amazing.
in Massachusetts who sexually assaulted 2 underage girls and got 180 days of in jail. So I mean, if you're gonna tell me that things aren't askew
He
right
should
now,
be ass raped 180
Well,
times
did
a
that
day.
guy get 30 years, like, confined to Pelosi's compound there? Like, he has to be Pelosi's bitch or something for 30 years?
Oh,
or-
imagine being Pelosi's husband. Oh my God, that's already enough in confinement.
Pelosi actually was a looker back in the day.
Well, he's a
Yeah,
fag,
it depends
though.
on what you-
Isn't he allegedly a homo?
I think
I
so.
have no clue. I mean,
Well, that's why
Well, what was that guy doing there?
who knows?
And
I
what was he
mean,
originally doing?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was in his underwear. They both were in their
Yeah.
underwear. I think it was something like a rendezvous gone awry.
A wrestling match, and whoever loses gets hit in the head with this hammer.
Yeah.
And I think he meant the wrong hammer.
Yeah. I think
I
they
didn't
were
know you meant the
sniffing-
hammer.
Yeah. So,
They were
well, no,
sniffing
it's
a lot
just
of stuff.
very funny how the way that things are going right now.
I
It
just
is.
all those posts on Instagram and whatever, TikTok, I just love reading the comments.
Oh, you know
Because
what?
there's like just gold, pure
Mentally
gold.
ill people. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, no, not everybody should have a voice. Since we're on this topic, I've been holding on to this one for a while.
I didn't know we were on a topic, but that's cool.
Well, no, I mean, we are on a topic.
I like when we're on a
technically.
topic.
What do you call it? I showed Larry this.
We're always
before.
on
It's
brand,
very
though, right?
funny. Oh, you want to hear something funny?
That's for damn sure.
What do you call what's a group of pandas called?
I don't know. Pandai?
An embarrassment.
Wait, what?
You know, like a gaggle of geese. You know, like
Is
a
it really
murder of
called that?
crows. It's called an embarrassment.
For real?
Now, come on, please put this together.
Well, that's just I'm losing it.
I'm lost.
I'm not getting it.
It's
An embarrassment.
called
I see.
an
Yeah,
embarrassment.
yeah,
It
I get
actually
it.
is.
It's the real name for
Yes,
it?
it's actually
Wow.
called an embarrassment. They can
That's-
also be
that's
called
ironic.
a cupboard of pandas or a bamboo of pandas. But please use your
Yes,
brains
I'm
here.
using it. I already
Why
got
is
it.
an embarrassment?
Because they're mixed.
Now I get it.
All right, we got there.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, man, there's some cat puke. A hairball or something.
And I guarantee the Chinese came
Oh,
up with
another
that.
thing. This is very funny.
That's a weird name for it, though.
It is. Yeah, it kind of makes
Kind of
sense.
fitting.
Yeah. It definitely
Hey,
is.
Mom,
Now I totally
Mom,
get
Dad, I'm bringing a panda home. Oh, man. What an embarrassment.
That is.
Dude, it's like that Sopranos episode.
Did we... Which one? I've
When
never
he
seen
sees
this.
Uncle Ben Rice and passes out,
I've never
his-
seen
his
this.
daughter brings
Is-
home the...
Really?
Yeah, I've never
his
seen one
daughter
episode.
brings home the half black, half Jewish kid, and he's like, "Oh no, I mean, where
No,
are you
it's
from?"
cool.
Half black, half Jewish.
Yeah. Well, he's like, "Well, my mom's black and my dad's Jewish."
And
No,
Tony was
you're
having
part
a-
eggplant.
Yeah, Tony
he's
had
like-
a problem with that.
Yeah, he's like, "Well, you know,
Well, you
hey, I
think
do
he
a lot
did?
of business with Mullins."
Oh, man, there we go. That one's going to get...
That's what he says.
I know.
He's like, "Hey, they don't want they don't want their sons dating my daughter, and I don't want my daughter
Dating their
their
sons.
So this is kind of funny. So in 2014, Zimbabwe said that they didn't want any more white farmers
Yeah.
in the country.
I
Larry and I
remember
talked about this
yeah.
before. And so basically they took their land
Yeah.
and kicked them out.
Yeah, by
Okay.
force.
But
with
this
guns,
isn't
guns and
2014.
shit.
Yeah.
2015, these are all the headlines just in succession from it. Mugabe is asking back the white farmers he chased away.
Because they're getting
This is
hungry.
1 year. This is 1 year later. Okay. Now the next year, Zimbabwe pleads for 1.5 billion in food aid to prevent mass starvation. 2017. I mean, this is, you can't really...
You can't make this
You
shit
can't
up.
really make this shit up.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe begs white farmers to return as country plunges into famine.
Oh man.
2018. Zimbabwe doomed without whites. It says
Oh, man.
outgoing Zanu.
That is
I mean,
fucking...
I need a T-shirt. That's our next merch
Yeah.
drop.
Zimbabwe doomed without
That
white.
is fucking
And
beautiful.
then 2019. I mean, this is literally 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe to start paying white farmers compensation after April.
There
Nice.
you go.
They got $3.5 billion and twice the amount of land.
Hopefully it was
That's
in
crazy.
hopefully it was in U.S. dollars.
I mean,
Look at that. We could see everybody
I
that
don't
way.
even know what those are. Mud coins? Paying
Seriously.
spears?
They
Yeah,
put them
right.
in little molds. Yeah, they're called ingots, mud ingots.
Man, I don't know if that's racist
Yeah,
or not. I mean,
was
you can't really tell. But I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
though.
that's beautiful.
That's,
Hey,
uh,
but
It's
on that
really- it's
Sopranos, to
sad.
get back to that Sopranos episode real quick though. So after the daughter is with this kid and he's having a rough time with it, later in the night he gets up in the middle of the night to get something to eat and he opens one of the cabinets and there's a box of Uncle Ben's rice with the black guy staring him in the face and he like passes out. Do you remember that?
He passed out because he saw a
that's
black guy in a
Well,
box.
because his daughter was fucking,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, okay. So she has relations with him.
Yeah, so it
with the
was
fella.
getting to him mentally, and he fucking just saw the guy on the box, and it was like, oh god.
Renting space in his head
Yeah,
free. You know,
yeah.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
There's another great part of that episode too, where the girl got her bike stolen at school.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Well, did you lock it up? I bought you a lock." She's like, "Yeah, I locked it up. You know, somebody cut the lock and took it." Oh well, who took it? Like, you know, she didn't want to say who took it.
She knows the kid will be
Yeah.
fucking dead.
Oh, you sent that clip. I saw that. I
Yeah.
actually
He's
saw
like,
that.
"Oh no, how could that
And
happen?"
then she gets all offended.
Little
Yeah.
Johnny got pushed in front of a bus. That's too bad.
Well, I mean,
Or whatever
we're,
they
we're
did
the only
though.
race that everybody that can shit on. You know, it's acceptable. I mean, they just signed that deal in New
Yeah.
York to that new airport hangar where it's all you know, it's everything. Non-Caucasian people can't be involved in the businesses there, or all Caucasian people are axed out of it.
Yeah.
Non-Caucasian
It'll
people
change.
they get contracts and all that. You know, I mean, nice government
Well,
contracts.
at the end of the day, white people get shit on the most because honestly,
We
white-
do the most.
well, white people could just wipe everybody else out if they wanted to.
Well,
it's like
I don't know, man.
No, I saw the clip. There was
At
a
this
clip
point in time.
where there was all the illegals in Ireland.
Oh,
Did
I
you-
saw that. Yeah,
the
about
clip.
when they would bring the houses in and when they walked off the job site.
No,
Is
I
that
don't
the
know if
one
it was
you're
that.
talking
It was a woman.
There's so many
an
of
Irish.
them.
Yeah, that's what I say. There's an Irish woman talking about because his Muslim was bitching about Christianity and
Uh-huh.
white people, this and that, and she just went in a rant talking about, listen, we can only put up with so much, and we can only be pushed so far.
Yeah.
Then we white people, we destroy. We wipe you out.
We do that to our own people.
Yeah, well, that's what, but
Yeah.
she put it very well.
mean,
She's
we
like,
got-
listen, we
Yeah.
can take a lot of shit, but we can only get pushed
Take it
so
and take
far.
it, and then
yeah.
goodbye,
Well,
motherfucker.
then
Yeah,
all of a
you
sudden
go
you
on.
blow up, and it's like, oh my god, look at this crazy white person. It's like, well, look what you did to us. You know what I mean?
Well, I
You
don't see
push-
many crazy white people unless it's like Paulie, my old neighbor, or
are you talking about? You
someone's
don't go on the
mentally
internet?
ill, really mentally ill. I wouldn't say as a group whites are crazy.
You got to go on the internet a lot more. You'll see a
Okay,
lot of
well, you're
crazy
always
people.
seeing the worst.
Well,
the
I
worst
think we're
on
at
the
the bottom.
internet.
Yeah, we're at the bottom of that list. We still got some crazies. Like
Oh
we're not.
yeah, I'm not saying we don't. I'm just
Yeah.
saying the per capita, it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
about
you
that,
see,
man. Now that we close down all the asylums and everything is
Yeah, well, it's getting
well,
crazy, no doubt.
we used to ship our crazies away.
yeah, we used to lock them up and drug them.
Here's the thing, though.
Forget about
Crazy isn't confined to a certain race. There's crazy motherfuckers of every
Yeah, there's
type,
mentally ill people.
and they're everywhere now because everybody doesn't want to be, it's bad to lock them up or you got to treat them like humans or whatnot,
they
And then
stab
the
and
next thing
rape
you
you.
know, they're pushing people in front of fucking trains or punching white ladies in the face in New York or beating up Asian ladies in California. It's really fucking bad, and they'll just pick somebody out that they're jealous of or that they feel they got slighted from and just start fucking people up. It ain't right. It's fucked up, man.
Oh, that's why
And
it's
it's because
mental
they're
illness.
crazy.
yeah,
and
that's why
they
it's
and the
mental illness.
people in
they're
charge are
there.
such pussies that they can't lock these motherfuckers up. Okay, maybe he shouldn't be in Rikers Island or whatever,
Yeah.
fucking Pontiac or whatever, but he's got to be somewhere. He
can't
can't
be-
be mixed in.
He can't be walking the
he's gotta
street with a
be-
machete.
Yeah,
It doesn't-
exactly.
It doesn't
Either
work.
he needs to be on meds or he needs to be watched 24 hours.
Yeah.
He needs a high dose of lithium.
But then the problem is with that is that now that's cruel and unusual punishment to some people.
well, you just
But
do
no,
like the
but
old
it's
days.
really
you don't
not.
tell anybody.
Well, I know, but I mean, you're preaching to the choir. I
Yeah,
completely
but
get
like,
what you're
you
doing
know,
here. I
in
mean,
the
I'm
old-
not trying to debate you on this. I
in the
mean,
old
I've
days-
seen a guy push a chick in front of a train and kill her last week.
Yeah, it's
So
fucked
I mean,
up.
I understand what's going on
Did you
here.
see the Family Guy episode where they go to the insane asylum and like Joe wheels up in a wheelchair and they're like, "Oh, guys, we got one here." They get Joe because he's handicapped, bring him in. And then Peter's there, and then who's the black? What's the black guy's name?
Cleveland.
Cleveland's behind him. He's like, "Hey, I'm here with my friend." Oh, we got another crazy one. They bring Peter in because he's friends with the black guy, and then they take Cleveland because he's black. And then Quagmire's at the end. He's like, "Well, you guys still for $20, what can I get with one of the crazy women?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, come on in."
Well, and that's another problem too: abuse
yeah.
and I mean, just
Well, that gets
lack
back
of-
to the nunnery,
Well,
Yeah,
we
anytime,
understand that.
anytime you got someone in charge of people that's not authorized or not qualified mentally themselves, they're gonna fucking abuse
abuse
the
of power,
power.
yeah, it's abuse
Even
of power.
even the mentally qualified people are gonna get abusive. So it's very dangerous. It takes a special person to be that guy
Well,
that has to
sometimes
be
you
in
gotta
charge
abuse
of
some
that shit.
people.
or then you're corrupted. You know what I mean? You
You're
start
not.
realizing about
You wouldn't be
kickbacks.
the boss.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be the
because
boss.
smack
man.
some people
Imagine
around. Yeah, right. That'd
No,
be
I
cool.
know it's
one
horrible.
over the cuckoo's nest shit. Oh man, I would never.
Oh,
I want to
right?
wish it on my
Oh,
worst
man.
enemy, man, to do that. Stuff.
Seriously, like that's just day in, day out.
but-
It's like, oh man,
I mean, there's no. It's basically it's just we keep fighting against each other, and that's what everybody wants, and they're happy about it.
Oh yeah.
You know, look
Yeah.
what we're doing.
It's just gonna get worse and
Oh
worse.
my God, everybody's fighting with each other.
Me and Needles are gonna go see
love it.
Social D and Bad Religion tomorrow, and maybe we'll come in contact with the Chicago Pusher, the local serial killer.
Is he
Could
by
be.
that's by that's by the Chicago River though.
Yeah, he pushes people in the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right on the river. If the concert is outside, you could see the boats going
Oh,
by.
it's that close to the river.
Yes, I
know
mean
that.
it's on the river. There's
Maybe
a
I'll push
fence
your
and then the
ass.
water.
Yeah, you guys should stand close and see if somebody starts coming by.
You should wear a shirt that says "Push Me."
There's people that camp out in their boats.
Oh, really?
And-
And
and
watch the music.
yeah,
and shit. That's
yeah,
it.
it's
I wonder
how
much
close
that
it
That's
is.
pretty cool. Yeah, no, I'm kind of stoked. About
Where's it at?
tomorrow.
Where's the show at?
A salt shed.
Oh
It's
yeah,
gonna be pretty cool. I mean,
is that in the south side?
no,
No,
it's in Bucktown,
Oh, all right.
right by Fullerton, in 90.
Yeah, all right.
it's right there.
That'll be
Like
fun.
last
We'll
time
see
we
how-
were gonna go, Needles didn't want to go. He thought it was on the south side, and I'm like, no, dude, it's
Yes,
not. It's
I
right
thought it-
there. I seen it from the highway.
I thought it was over by Comiskey where they had the
Yeah.
actual salt, that
Yeah.
salt shed.
Yeah,
No, that's
no,
what- that's what I
it's
thought.
the old thing. And you know
That's why I
what's
thought it was
cool
on the
though is
south
because
side.
it's still all done up with the girl with the
Morton
Salt Girl.
yellow raincoat and the umbrella and shit, and
See,
she's
that's pretty
pouring
cool.
salt. It's all painted up on the building like that,
Yeah.
and
See,
on the
that's
roof
cool.
too. You can see it from the highway.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's
fun.
cool.
Honestly, that's a badass venue. Anything
Yeah.
that saves like the old.
They got a guitar shop there. They sell nothing but expensive ass Paul Reed Smiths and some other brand that I can't think of the name of. That's a very expensive custom, like $10,000 to $20,000 each guitars. Like they're fucking expensive, and they got a whole store full of them. Nothing like what I had. Nothing with the cool vintage vibe. Everything is brand new and fucking
Just tits.
yeah. Dude.
Doesn't say Hecho in Mexico.
Yeah, it's
on it.
like no, it's like you're going into the Rolls Royce shop compared to fucking going to the Chevy dealer at Guitar Center or something. Yeah,
Dude, speaking
it's
of
like
that, I heard Sam Ash is closing down.
Yeah, it's already closed.
Is it?
They had their last day the other day. In fact, Matt Barber was there. What's up, Matthew? Shout out to Matt. Yeah, he was. He said it was sad. There was absolutely nothing left. Like a couple of display racks and everything was picked over. He was going to look for like maybe some banners, Zildjian, Ludwig, Pasty, whatever,
right.
some drum shit,
Yeah.
some maybe neon signs, whatever advertising shit. They had nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Yeah, people probably.
Yeah, it's
Well, I'm sure
sad.
that
I wonder
picked on
why,
that
because of the internet, I would guess. Because I mean, Sam Ash was a great fucking store. It was
right.
better than Guitar Center because they had a large fucking wide variety of sheet music and fucking lesson books. Plus, they had all the band instruments, saxophones, clarinets, flutes, fucking the horns, trumpets, trombones, tubas, all that junk, violins. So Guitar
was a little
Center
different.
strictly had
Yeah.
rock and roll shit only.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
You know, the Salt Shed, it's all cashless.
yeah. That's
Is
They
it?
that's
actually tell you that you can't bring cash.
it's probably for their own safety for
No,
the
it's
for the
car-
visitors
well,
from
no,
out of
it's all
town.
fucking
right.
it's crazy shit.
Welcome to
because they
Chicago. Don't bring cash.
See, I don't understand why they don't want to do. Why don't you not want to take cash?
and especially because they have to pay the fees. Which
That's-
But it's the thing, like
sucks.
your liquor, dude. That's how you make a lot more money.
Yeah,
You know.
it
Well-
keeps the people from stealing.
what's that?
Well, if
Cash?
they're
Well, it's
no, by going cashless, it keeps the employees a lot more honest.
I don't think that's the problem because that place is
Well, dude,
cambered
you know
up.
how much? Well, it doesn't matter. You
Still,
know how many
yeah.
cameras it would take for them to see you slipping some.
Do you know how many listen? How many cameras did Diddy have in his house? 250. So I'm sure the Salt Shed
Oh,
can spare.
speaking of that-
I mean, we've put cameras. I put cameras in
Well, now you
10
can.
in one room before.
I mean, yeah, you can put one on the register, above
Yeah,
the
you can
register.
have dinner
Yeah.
you need.
I know, whatever.
What did you see that video of Diddy kicking around that
Oh, yeah.
Cassie girl?
Oh, yeah.
I just saw that.
I mean, what do you
Her, grabs her by the fucking back of the hoodie, yanks her down, kicks her in the rib,
Yeah.
basically, or maybe lower back, but looked like the rib or the leg.
Yeah, it was
I mean the
somewhere
hip or the leg, and then he fucking grabs up her purse and shit, her backpack, kicks her again, and grabs her by like the shirt or the arm or something, and drags her into some hotel room. It's like, wow, dude.
We don't
No,
know
I
what
mean-
she was trying to steal of his.
Oh,
That's true.
If
Could
that,
be, who knows?
If that's what they're releasing, there's so much more.
He
damage
paid
on it.
50 G's for that tape.
What's that?
He paid them 50 G's for that tape to get that,
He
so it
could have
wouldn't
got
be
a lot
released.
more, man. Holy.
He
those
paid
people
the
were
hotel. Well,
stupid.
no, back when it happened
Yeah,
initially.
No, I mean, he paid her off for that also, but I mean, whatever.
It was his ex. I think it was his
Yeah.
girlfriend or
Yeah.
something.
Is that the one that killed herself?
I don't know.
One of them killed themselves or something.
did?
Yeah.
She's the one that's selling like scripts, like weird adrenochrome, like script. She has
Really?
she has a web page.
Oh, so she didn't kill herself then.
We-
He's got a
she's selling-
prescription pad.
Yeah, she has a what do you call it? She has
Online
a
store?
script written about adrenochrome, and then she has some other weird stuff.
Damn,
Really?
man, that's fucking insane.
Oh yeah, it was that one podcast I was listening to. And I told you guys to listen to it, but it goes into weird stuff about Diddy and Cassie and all that
Diddy.
weird stuff.
No, when you're the diddler, you can get away with whatever you want.
Yeah.
He just is not making money anymore, I assume. And
Didn't
people are
Stein.
starting to come after him. I mean, it all
Well,
eventually
your use becomes useless.
yeah. I mean,
That's
you're
the
not
thing.
making money and you're
Yeah. You're not pimping anybody
doing
out.
devious stuff.
Then we got no need for you.
Because
Yeah.
the problem is you'd think that these people kind of grow out of it. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, you realize that it's hereditary. His kids are being charged with stuff.
Well, that's the problem.
Here's the other thing. You know that you don't grow out of debauchery.
yeah, you do.
Very
You definitely
seldom.
do.
Well, certain types, yeah.
You know?
Your debauchery changes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Gets a
If
little
you're-
classier.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you're,
right,
if
right.
you're a creep, you're always going to be a creep.
Yeah.
But that's the
what
thing.
accentuates it.
Once he
Liquor,
gets rolling
drugs.
on that thing, once he starts not
That's the
caring
thing,
about
yeah.
the gay sex and the pussy anymore and the weird shit, his kids are still wanting to do it. Everybody's hooked on the drug. It's like,
Yeah.
here, giving heroin to your family. Here, kids.
Well, especially when you're young.
Here's all
Once
the
you get-
wild sex you can handle and
Yeah.
all the fucking power you can boss these bitches around with. And, they're probably like, yeah, Dad, this is great.
Yeah, there's no, I mean,
Tell him your dad's the diddler.
well, if you,
You remember the first
if
time
you
you
look
shot
at
a
these-
gun with your dad?
If you look at like these
That feeling.
nepotism kids that, I mean, a lot of you get these celebrities, they're first born, you know what I mean, or they're usually, they're just so taken care of that
Yeah.
they think they can get away with anything.
Oh,
And they can get mostly
and
away
that's
with-
the thing. The sad thing, sad but true.
And they do get away with it. I mean, we have the number one son in the country getting away with whatever
Number one
he
son.
wants.
They're
You
honorable.
know, I mean, this guy's getting
Dude.
away.
Throwing
Buttenstein.
guns in grocery store dumpsters.
Well, yeah, his wife
I
wife
mean-
throws gun out. I think that's what happened.
Well, no,
I think she
There's
Shoot,
white
they were
trash
there- they were
and
there
then there's
together.
Hunter.
yeah, she like
Well, yeah, she just dumped it right into the back dumpster, and then a homeless guy got it. And the FBI had to come out and take it from him.
and like there's not we were talking about cameras too. Like there's not cameras all over the
Well,
place.
but they were probably hiring crane. Well, the crazy thing was, I don't think it was his wife. I think it was his dead brother's wife who he was banging at the
Yes.
time.
Nice.
But yeah,
That's
That's who it was.
Keeping it classy.
Yeah,
He
he's
is a
above the
classless
law.
fucker.
Well, she's like, I ain't leaving this money train.
Right.
Well,
There's
but
crooked shit
at the
going
same
on.
time, I mean, it's
I mean, what was Bo Biden doing? Because that fucker had half a brain and wasn't smoking crack. He was probably raking in more money than
Yeah, well,
Hunter.
he was in the military, I think,
Joe
so-
Biden can't stop talking about the other fucking kid dying because that was where the real money probably was. You know
Yeah,
what I
right.
mean?
I
Seriously.
think they said he died of like burning pits or something. Like
Well,
that.
yeah, he had a cancer or
Burn
some
pit,
disease.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
something
don't
happened
know.
to him.
Well, the thing is, too, I
knows
don't.
what
He
the-
tells
that
a
guy-
lot of lies
yeah,
about
Well,
guy-
that's what they said.
that
But
guy
he
can't-
was not burning any shit.
No, he wasn't.
Not at all. That guy can't. I mean, they can't.
He was,
He was using a
adjacent
poke-
to it somewhere.
Yeah, he was
on
using
the
the-
base.
the
not
poke
even-
and stick,
He
yeah.
was probably not even in country when they were
Right,
doing
right.
that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
do you
all a
really
lie.
think-
Look at this little perfect
Do you
little
really
thing.
think?
Oh yeah, look at that thing. Holy
This is
shit.
from Krav, man. Look at this.
Look, you got some more. Some
Yeah, thanks for
Krav
kneeing me in the
kisses.
nuts
Holy
yesterday.
shit.
I'm sorry,
Let's see if this
Needles.
hurts.
Go ahead. I
mean,
can handle
You
it.
just keep on kneeing
Look.
me in the nuts for some reason.
That was a good shot Larry got on you.
Yeah, thanks.
That's maybe where that came from.
Yeah. One of his bare balls touch it.
Nuts of steel.
It does look like one iron nut.
It does.
Ding! It
that
kind
was-
of hurt.
That was the knee too.
Yeah, no, that's not where that's from. That's from something else. I don't
Boys
remember,
Town?
but yeah. No, those are the ones that come down here.
Yeah, Honey Pot wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah. I told Needles I was going to buy her a G-string because he said she looked like she had on a diaper.
Well,
Yeah. Ladies, please wear a thong when you wear.
no, dude, that
yoga
one
pants.
time she did like have a granny panty on her. So- Like,
She
it was
always
something
does.
Weird.
Nah,
She
that's
always
weird, man.
does.
Like a chastity belt.
She's hiding her ass
Filipino
from
That
chastity
us.
was
belt.
weird.
I don't know if she's hiding it. She's making us look at it more.
Yeah,
like wearing
but
a
dude, that
diaper?
thing, that thing was like sticking out like 5
I
inches.
don't know. I don't know if
And I was
I'd be
like, what
looking
the
at
hell
it
is
more.
that?
I'd be looking at it more if it was a little tighter to her ass instead of having that extra
Well,
wrinkly layer
I'm waiting
in
for the hot
between.
weather and the short shorts to come out.
Yeah.
I already got a
waiting
taste
for
of
it.
that today. Sundress weather.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
out with my city vest and my leaf blower.
That's when you need one. Hey, you know those picnic chairs, the beach chairs with the real short legs?
yeah.
That's when you need those, when the
Reclining,
sundresses come
yeah.
out and you sit real low so you can see through them.
and you got your glasses on.
I see through them.
Yeah, you know when the
Where
sun
are you
gets
just gonna
behind
put it on
them.
the sidewalk
Yeah, you're going to sit there and on a
and
busy
stare at women?
Professional
Maybe.
dirtbags. Oh, I'll tell you what, dude. That's first time I
I
worked.
mean, that's
in
a good thing to do.
dude. First time I worked in the city, like downtown. My boss, we were working. Oh, where was it? First National Bank of Chicago, and my boss is like, oh, he's like, oh, we got to go get lunch over here. I'm like, walking all the way over there. How come? He's like, you'll see. It was like the financial area, and it's
The
like we
hottest
just.
chicks you can
Oh,
imagine.
we go. He's like, we grab lunch. He's like, yeah, let's go sit over here. I'm like, all right. We go sit there. You know, before everybody really got out, and all of a
and then
sudden,
all of a sudden,
all the women start coming out, and then
pussy parade.
oh, and then they just go and because it's nice everywhere, so they just sit there. They like undo their blouse and lift up their skirt,
Yeah,
like
sun
lay-
tanning
Yeah,
and
and they
shit,
tan
yeah.
out there. I'm
I
like,
got a good one
Oh,
for-
I'm like,
I-
now I understand why we're out.
I don't mean to one up you, but I got a good one for
Oh,
you.
I'm all about the women.
Yeah, let's
So-
hear it.
We were working at Union Station downtown,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all the trades. You know, there were
Oh, yeah.
fitters and tin knockers and everybody, and they would. So we had all our gang
Those are
boxes
steam
and all our
fitters?
shit over here, and at lunch we had like the electricians had their setup by the escalators.
Smart.
So we would get there and I'm like, why are you guys sitting over here? And they're like, oh yeah, come and sit with us for a minute.
Yeah, you'll
and they
see.
would be watching them go up on the escalators. looking
That
at
is a
their
good
skirt.
shot.
And like everybody would be all mad. Like, that's our spot. Like, what do you? I don't
Fuck
think
you.
so.
Yeah.
But
It
there'd be like
was your
30
spot.
of us,
Yeah, it
and they're all
was.
trying to jockey for position. Like, can we come and sit with you guys today? And I'm like, Jesus, man, this is what you guys do.
They like form a line around the escalator, so
Yeah, it
like
was
that
like-
forces them to go.
Bleachers.
It was like all the way
Build
around
some
the escalator.
semicircular bleachers and shit.
All the chairs are turned towards the escalator.
You can see a bunch of dirty.
No one's
old,
looking
No
at
one's
each other.
facing each other at all.
I mean, like a woman looks down, she just sees like 50 eyes looking.
In good old days when you could catcall someone and not get
Yeah,
in trouble.
yeah.
They really didn't
No,
mind.
and honestly,
You
and the
still
women
can.
liked it. They would smile.
No, you still can't because they still like it.
Well, they wouldn't say anything crazy.
Just
you know what I
because
mean?
they
Like,
tell you they don't like it on the news,
well, there's
that's
certain-
bullshit.
You know,
Well,
we're not catcalling
Those
blue
woke
hairs.
ass bitches you don't want anyway. The
First
ones
of
that
all-
don't like it are the ones you don't want. It's almost like a nice weeder outer.
There's also variables that are tied into that. What kind of person it is. If you're aggressive, if you know what I mean, like what color you are.
Well,
And
yeah.
I mean,
How
I'm,
good
not,
your-
I'm just saying. You know
How
what
good
I
your
mean?
cat calls are.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're just simple or whistling or you know,
Or if you
you're
sound
not
like an
saying
actual
crazy
cat.
stuff.
Show us your tits.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's not a good
definitely-
one.
I mean, no, that's
I'll tell you
definitely
what,
gonna get you in trouble.
blacks get away with that shit a little more than white people do.
Catcalling?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Because they're black.
Why not they just always
Black
say,
cat.
"Oh, baby, look at you, you so fine." You know, they get away with all that
Mm-hmm.
shit.
I don't know if they get away with it.
Yeah.
I've never seen those videos.
I get well, maybe people are
Kind of running away
Well,
from
yeah,
it.
they're too scared to say anything.
Yeah,
to
so that's the problem. It's going to just perpetuate a cycle of bad things, which, I mean, hey,
Hey,
I got no horse in that race.
hey,
Don't
man,
matter
we
to me.
will here at the Larry Needle Show with Kiki. We will perpetuate bad cycles and recycle bad things as much as possible. So
I don't know about
just
that.
keep. I will.
Okay,
He
well
might
then why are
not.
you calling us all in with you?
Well, at the Larry and
I mean,
Needle, it's
no.
it's the Larry and Needle show. It's
Yeah,
not
but
like I
doesn't-
got my own Larry show.
You
where
could just
I'm
say
gonna-
Larry will do this, not Needles.
here on the
He's
Larry.
dragging
Yeah, I
and
know.
Needle-
Like, what the hell
Here's
is
what
this?
I said,
Guilty by
dumbass. I
association.
said,
That's right.
I heard
here
what
on
you
the
said.
here on the Larry and Needle show with Kiki, I will be. I said we, but now
Yeah, see, you did. So I
Just
said, calls me a
replace-
dumbass.
let
and
me
then he's like, oh, yeah,
replace
wait a
the
minute.
I part with we, and then just remember
Yeah,
what I
remove me
said.
and let me stand on the other side of the street while you get arrested for this.
So just put in instead of we, it's I will.
Yeah, I will be
I'll be
arrested for
doing
being a
that.
creep.
The royal eye.
That's what I'm gonna do.
The Moyle eye.
That's what I do.
Oh, man. Well, we can always hope.
So
for
what do you
something
think
with the
about
rest.
this new desk, man?
I mean, we're
It's
really
got
going to do
wheels.
furniture hour now.
The little shelf down
That's
there.
actually not a bad little desk.
Yeah, my buddy's dad used to. He had a TV repair shop, and the
Oh.
TVs were very heavy back in the '70s. You
Just
know,
roll 'em around in
Yeah,
there.
you put it on here, roll it to the workbench, roll it to the other workbench. And you know, I got one over there.
Well, yeah, because you're not carrying that
The
shit
one in
around,
our
so that's-
bedroom, the table that we use all the time, that's one of
another one.
those. And I think there's another one floating around too. There's one right there that the
Oh, yeah,
keyboard
look at
is
that.
on. He's like, "Hey
Well, they're
Larry,
efficient.
I'm gonna throw these things out." And I'm like, "Are you fucking crazy? You're gonna throw these in the garbage?" His dad made these from scratch by hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his dad, welded them and everything. They're all built totally different. Like that one's welded, that one's screwed.
Oh, yeah, it's got a couple bolts going through
Yeah,
there.
he was
Oh,
like
yeah, look at that.
experimenting, but he
Seeing
was
what
like,
your
"Fuck, I
process
can't
work."
be carrying these TVs."
Yeah,
And
right.
he's a pretty ingenuitive guy.
Well, especially for you. With
And
all
I was
the
like,
music
"Yeah,
stuff,
dude,
it's
I'll
perfect.
fucking take these things."
Roll the keys in.
Yes.
Roll the amp over.
And I
roll
do.
the
I roll the
control.
keys over when we jam. I didn't last time, but I do.
Those are actually nice. They look professional.
Yeah, he did a good job. They all have different tops. One of them has like Formica tile. One of them is just raw like this. That one's raw. The one
So it's like he was
upstairs-
just taking whatever materials
yes.
were around. And
The
just
one
laying it.
upstairs
It's
has like the school carpet, real thin.
thin, yeah.
That's the one we have in our bedroom for the cats. Like they like that one. Mm-hmm. They lay on
little
it.
scratching.
So yeah, man, and I'm like, dude, how could you throw these out? Not to mention your father fucking made him, and he just
Yeah.
croaked, and you're gonna just
Well, if he's got no use for them anymore. when
yeah, I
you're trying to-
guess.
That's the thing. Once you start getting older, it's like my dad throwing everything out.
Oh,
It's like I don't want to do anything with it anymore.
Yeah.
It's
so
like,
much. Just move it to another place.
When my
and move it to
grandfather
another
died, there
place.
was so much shit, man. Holy fuck!
Fucking hoarders.
yeah.
It's
Can't
gonna
get
be
rid of
like
shit.
that when I die.
Oh yeah, no shit. You got all.
You don't
These places
say.
need to be burned down.
yeah.
The only way to get rid of it.
Just light it up.
Well, but here's the thing, though. There's some things that are just.
Well,
First
you
of
can't
all, you
get rid
can't
of-
count yourself out early.
No, you can't.
You can't start selling shit until you're like 80.
Well, that's
and
the
then
once
you
you
just
get
start
80,
dumping
make it to
it.
80.
Because then you don't care anymore about
Yeah.
anything. It's like,
And then you take these guitars and you go to Mexico. I
mean,
mean,
the way
with
that-
the money that you sold.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You lived the last few years.
Yes. Take all these amps and all these guitars, sell them, sell all the records, and you fucking take one guitar and one small amp and you head on your way.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I got
You know.
a Mexico story. You
All right,
Did you ever
let's
meet
hear it.
Beef's Uncle Norm?
Yeah.
Dude, Norm.
Anyone named Uncle Norm already is cool.
No, Uncle Norm's off the rails.
He's awesome.
He's cool as hell.
No, I remember, dude. Yeah, well, he used to only, like, he created, you remember the woman's store, The Limited?
Yeah.
He was like co-creator of that
Oh,
store.
wow.
He's been rich,
He's a
That was in.
broke,
He's a
rich,
numbers
broke.
man.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Real
I love
smart
that.
guy.
I love that. A numbers man that's
Yeah.
been up
Well-
and down
Well,
twice.
he marries
three,
a
four.
hot woman, gets
Gets
divorced,
divorced,
loses
marries
it all.
another
Yeah,
one.
but he's always, dude, he's a moneymaker, man. Real smart dude.
Real hustler.
Yeah, because I remember when I lost a shit ton of money and something, he almost
Uncle
broke.
Norm was like, "Don't worry."
No, he's like, Adam, listen. He's like, it's not about how you get knocked down. It's about how you get back up.
Yeah, that's
Because you're going to
great.
get knocked down all the time.
Uncle
like,
Norm.
Yep, he's like, you got to pick yourself
He
up.
had some fucking wisdom.
Oh, and I forgot what they call, like, he was a big guy. You know, probably like 6'4" or something, like a
Oh,
real big
shit.
guy. And I think
Like
that-
me.
Exactly. And the women used to call him like, the tree trunk or something. But anyways, he retired down to Mexico, and he like trades in wives all the time. Because now he's in Mexico. He's got.
Oh,
There's
God.
I mean,
There's no laws or
Lawlessness,
fucking
yeah.
morals. or
well, no,
limits.
he's got his connection. He's like, hey, I need her a little younger though.
Jeez. I don't know if you should have said that
man.
about Uncle Norm.
Well, Uncle
Swap
Norm's in
'em up.
Mexico. It's all good.
I don't know about that.
It's legal in
Still are
Mexico,
law-
man.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's legal in Mexico. What are you insinuating?
I don't know, man. I
Then why
don't,
are you saying that?
I don't
no,
think they have any laws.
No,
Yeah,
these
do
aren't
they
like,
have laws?
I'm
Yeah,
not talking
there's-
like young girls.
No, I understand.
He's like
You're
80.
That's what
talking
he's
like,
implying.
Yeah,
no,
no.
I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm
he's
saying,
getting like women are 40
you know,
years
women.
old. They're like
Yeah.
getting under 30.
I need a
God.
20-year-old
Come
now.
on, really?
You know, and
Yeah.
she gets to be 40, and you say, I need a 30-year-old now.
Yeah, I need to swap them out. Make sure
I could
this,
see
make sure
that.
this one doesn't have kids.
Right.
Oh my God. Gee, well, that's tough to find. You
Well, no, but-
you just rub up against the Mexican chick, you get them pregnant.
man,
Find
seriously.
one whose kids were tragically killed somewhere.
Okay, you could have just said one off to college, but okay. I mean, you didn't have to
Well,
say
that
that.
they're going to be calling and writing and coming back then. If they're
Just
in
tell me
college.
they went off to college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they took them to a farm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, no,
geez.
but no, it's a retirement community down there. We're all
Yeah,
like,
that's what they would tell us
expats.
when we were
It's all-
kids.
yeah.
Like when one of our uncles or something would go to jail, they'd say, yeah, he went to college. We'd be like, oh. We thought they were really going to college, you know,
Oh,
when we were
exactly.
little.
That's the point.
Like, man, our family's smart. Everybody just keeps going to college.
I love it.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on until later. And then I was like, oh, college. I get it.
I know, man. I'm seriously thinking about just taking the money I have and go retire in like Thailand or Costa Rica. Costa Rica's a little closer, so it makes a little more sense.
Yeah, but
I
that
just-
place is...
To come back and visit your family here and
Yeah,
there.
friends and family.
Thailand is very, very fucking
It's
far.
far,
Yeah,
but
plus
like
you get...
everything's great in Thailand. Though. The food's
Yeah,
fantastic.
cheap as could be.
Yeah, well, not like it used to be.
No?
No, everything
Russ
starts-
was telling me that it was,
In
you
some
know,
parts.
No, it's
Still-
still cheap compared
yeah,
to here.
yeah.
Third
But-
world country
Oh,
parts.
yeah, when I was out there 20-something years ago, it was
dirt cheap,
Oh,
I bet.
man, dirt cheap.
Like you could live on $100 for a month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, with
And
food
live
and everything.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dirt cheap. Yeah.
Those
I
people,
mean, you could
man,
still
I
get
saw
a-
some movies like some home movies and shit, and they're like plowing the field and doing work and all this shit, and nobody has shoes on, and if they do
Oh,
have
yeah.
shoes, it's just like
It's a
the
sandal. Yeah,
the
it's-
fucking flip flops with the thing between your toes. I'm like, holy fuck,
Oh,
man!
yeah.
They're
Jungle shit
walking
out
over
there,
big rough terrain and such,
man,
and I'm like,
snakes.
damn.
well, yeah, and there's cobras running around there. Yeah,
Fuck
it's
that
crazy.
shit. Those people don't give a fuck. You see when they
Well,
come in mud huts.
But
and they
that's
just
why their
take a
homes
snake
are on
out?
big stilts too.
Yeah, yeah.
But well, I don't want to live in the rice paddies.
No.
I got to live by the beach.
Yeah.
But
well,
still-
that's all touristy now.
What do they?
too.
I mean,
that's
what
the
would it
problem. Now
be?
there's
Like,
places that
how much
you got to
you
go to
think?
like the other islands that weren't as that
How
were
much do you
desolate
think,
now.
say, like an apartment, 1-bedroom fucking apartment would be down there.
Like if you can get a killer 1-bedroom, like a studio in Bangkok, like a killer, like in a high rise with like all the amenities, probably $1,000 a month.
Okay.
It's not bad.
No, I mean it's
It's
plush.
cheaper than here.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
plush.
fucking posh as
But
could
like,
be.
but if you're going down to like Phuket or something like that, you're gonna. It's not that cheap anymore. You know, you still may pay $100 a night if you're renting a place. But if you went a
sure.
monthly place,
It's a tourist destination.
Probably,
though, so that's the
you can probably
problem.
get
Once the
$1,500.
whites and
So
But like
basically, you
when I
gotta
was
be,
down there, it may have been like $500.
you gotta be in the hills or the backwoods to fucking.
Yeah. Well, not even.
Not- you
depends.
have to be
It
inland
depends
a
what
little.
island you're on. But if
Okay.
you go to certain islands where it's not as populated, then it's still dirt cheap. But the food's fantastic.
Sure.
Food is, and that's dirt cheap.
And everything,
Still.
yeah. But you know what? Here's the other thing. I saw a lot of films of them cooking, and they were like this. Okay, this is the ground, and they're down on the ground, and they're cooking on the ground. The only thing separating them from the dirt is a fucking
yeah, those
are-
straw mat,
or banana leaves.
and
they
it's
have.
and everything is with their hands, and they had
But those
no,
people are like in the hills or something.
Yeah, but also
yeah. But I was like, damn.
yeah, they don't
Yeah.
get sick. They don't have anything.
So, but
else
it's
there.
not like that everywhere.
No,
huh? Okay.
No, it's not. But I mean, still, it's
No, but no.
'Cause I was like,
no,
holy
dude,
fuck.
honestly, some just killer food out there.
yeah, comparative to other countries like India.
Oh, well,
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's
like,
real Phil.
that's when
don't
they're
wanna-
scratching their ass. and-
There's like a
Diddle-
cow with its asshole right next to a food
Well, I
cart.
remember.
Yeah,
I
and
remember.
then the mice are
and-
chewing on it.
Again, this was probably propaganda. Now that looking back.
Oh, no, that
But when
does
they
happen.
showed Osama bin Laden and his crew around like a bowl
the
that
cave.
must have been
Yeah.
this big, yeah, and they're all hunched down on their feet, you know.
Oh, and they
but-
all eat with their hands.
Yeah, and they're all
Oh, no,
scooping
that's
into
what
the
they do.
same bowl, and I'm like, man,
No,
these
that's not
filthy
propaganda.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's
No, that
but
was
it's India.
propaganda.
No, India
That's
too.
horrible.
I mean, come on. They literally put the camera all the way, and they all went to the Hilton after that. The guy's family's billionaire.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's
Do you
just all
think
propaganda.
you think Osama bin Laden was actually scooping into the fucking?
When he had to
bowl?
make a show to all the
no.
peons he was with, maybe. You know,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
no, but
just
no,
for
but
shits
no,
and
that's how they
giggles.
eat though. It's
Yeah,
communal.
it was
It's
crazy.
communal. They don't
and,
use
and the
silverware.
shit that they were eating looked like, literally like
But they only
fucking
they don't.
slop.
I don't think they with the left hand or
To wipe your ass
no,
with one
right.
hand.
They don't. That's why they don't shake hands because
Yeah.
they wipe their ass with their right hand.
Oh,
so
man.
they eat with their left.
What if you're a lefty?
Well, it's opposite. Yeah. Well, then they cut your hand off.
Oh
No.
man, needles would be fun.
Then they give you another left hand on that one. That
Yeah.
they
They put a left.
the man with two left hands. He can't dance or he
But
can't.
like,
He
like,
can't write or
it's
he
like the
can't
thing
dance.
in Thailand too. Like, you really don't do the street food unless you see like you don't do street seafood.
Because you're gonna get
Oh,
sick.
Jesus. Street seafood.
Yeah.
Well, dude, they
do
have a
you
lot
really
of
wanna
seafood.
Get
Well,
fucking
they do, but that's the thing. You don't.
dengue fever.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fucking
you-
French ass.
Yeah, if you want to wake up in the hospital the next day,
Wake up.
Eat
You're
the
lucky
street.
if you wake up.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't
You
want
wanna
to
be in a
You may wake
coma
up
the
in a
next day.
dumpster.
I mean, that's like like Russian
Yeah,
roulette.
it
It's like
is.
eating food. Because listen, when I lived in TJ, I would get street tacos all the time.
Oh, street
know what I
tacos
mean?
and TJ
And
are
it was
great.
like-
I'd eat those all
And
the
I
time.
mean, they
too.
would literally, fucking, there would be, what do you call livestock coming through there. It was
Filthy.
crazy
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Like, but it
Well-
wasn't like filthy. You know what
In
I mean? Like,
Argentina,
they heat
I
it
was
up,
eating
so it's like
street
killing
food like
them.
crazy, and they had this weird fucking patty that was like this weird meat. It looked like a
jeez.
hamburger, but it was like white.
ugh.
I don't know what the
Well,
fuck.
no,
it was.
it's not
no,
hamburger.
it
Man,
just
it
didn't have
was
any-
delicious.
It just didn't have any color, food
I must
coloring.
have had
Yeah,
it
it
like
doesn't-
three.
'cause they
I,
gave it red
I had
and
it
the
at least
blood.
3 different times at night. I was like, damn. I told Russ.
probably pork
I know
or
I shouldn't
something.
probably be eating this, but I'm gonna get another
good,
one of these
yeah. I
mean,
fucking
who
things.
knows
It was
what
the
the hell
next
it
time,
is,
the next
actually.
night.
Yeah.
I said, fuck it, I mean one, because they're cooking it out of these barrels that are cut in half, these 55 gallons. Who knows what the fuck was in these barrels? That's the thing
That's
that
the
freaks
other-
Well,
me
who knows
out,
what's
you
in the
know.
meat, too?
What
I mean, who knows what kind
toxins
of
were
meat?
in there?
Well, here, that's your first sign of not like the street food you don't buy is somebody cooking like on an old grocery cart or something,
Yeah,
or like
black
a barrel.
smoke coming out of
Well,
it.
they all had the barrels, though.
Guy's got no hair.
And then these guys would have a whole.
He's missing teeth.
This dude had like a table set up with the condiments, relish, mustard, ketchup,
I
all
understand how
like
that
you're at a
works.
restaurant, but it was like a barrel he's cooking out of.
Well, people
yeah.
cook out of 50-gallon barrels.
Was
too.
it?
So
Oh,
yeah,
it's not
and
that
so
bad.
but the only thing is, because I remember when I did hardwood floors, we gave a 5-gallon drum to these Mexicans.
Oh, nasty
With this chemicals were in it, like the finish, the real heavy shit. And they literally lit it on fire and started grilling on it right there. And my boss, Marty, he's like, dude. And I'm like, oh my God. Even I was
black,
young. I was only a
caustic
teenager
smoke.
and I
right?
knew that wasn't good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could smell
Black
it,
smoke.
taste
Dude,
it.
I remember, I was in Brazil for Carnival.
Yeah.
And like these guys, I'm walking on the beach selling stuff. I remember the guy I was with. He kept seeing these guys walk around and they like have cheese and they warm it up. And he's like, I'm gonna get a cheese. I'm like, dude. I'm like, what do you think?
You might as well raw dog a prostitute. Because I mean, you'll probably have a better chance.
Yeah, I'm surviving.
Way better.
I mean,
But he
come
got
on.
it. He got it anyways. And he's like, "Oh, this is good. You want to try?" I'm like, "No."
An
I'm not
hour
really
later.
Oh yeah, dude.
Your asshole's bleeding.
Dude, yeah, I don't even know if it was an hour. But
Yeah,
like,
you
oh
can't even
man,
make it
I
off the
should have
beach.
ate
How
the
big
cheese.
is the
yeah.
piece? How big is
Oh, it was on a stick, but it was like a
man.
thick.
That's what I
Yeah.
want. Beach
Just
cheese.
cheese.
Fucking beach
Yeah.
cheese. That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking for.
Like, dude,
What the fuck is
I'm
wrong
like,
with you?
he's been walking this beach
Yeah.
all
Back and
morning
forth
with
with
this
that
cheese.
cheese.
And if he goes to the bathroom, he takes it with him in there.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
exactly.
This
Like,
guy,
dude.
this guy's got no shirt on. Who knows what he's been?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that
Oh,
cheese
man.
from, bud?
Yeah.
I don't see a refrigerator anywhere in sight.
Yeah, no. Oh, he.
cheese is. Ugh.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
That's great.
But no,
That's great.
That's funny though.
The shit that.
I see,
But
so
dude, you gotta be aware of what
in,
you're like getting
hey,
into.
in Germany now, I was told that this was raw. They're eating this little cubed fucking pork and cubed onions.
Never eat pork
in a
raw.
bag, and it was like with mayonnaise in it, and they would just eat it straight. Or sometimes it didn't have mayonnaise, but they put mayonnaise on everything.
Yeah, they
they would
do.
just eat it out of a bag, and I'm like, oh, what is that thing everyone's eating? And Matt's like, dude, you don't want it. You don't want to eat that. He goes, these people can handle it. That will literally kill you.
that's like one of the.
And I'm like, oh wow, what is it? And he told me, and I'm like, is it cooked? And he's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, wow.
By the time I left Mexico, I was able to handle the water.
Oh yeah. By the time you left Mexico, you could probably handle anything.
Oh
after
yeah,
that.
right. There was.
Any food, nothing would get you sick.
Oh,
you
nothing
could drink
would get-
rotten milk. Fucking
Shit was dying
the
around
cheese
you.
from Brazil.
Yeah.
I would be
Anything.
fine, man. The
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
the stuff that well, I was in bad shape by the time I left.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really wasn't eating that much.
Dude, even the people that grew up in Tijuana don't drink the water.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I was. Well, I needed.
They
it-
do.
I needed it
Yeah.
to mix
You
my
got to be
drugs.
crazy though.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes I'd run out of bottled
Tap
water, so I'd have
water,
to
yeah.
use tap water.
Ugh.
And they'd be, what is wrong with
Nothing,
you?
nothing like
Yeah.
Nothing.
nothing like
What's wrong
banging
with you?
shit with Tijuana toilet water.
I didn't use toilet water.
I know.
I got it from the back of a tank a couple times.
Oh man, top shelf in it,
Upper decker.
upper decking.
I
But-
guarantee that tank was 1,000 years old.
Oh,
too.
let me tell. This wasn't exactly the nicest bathroom. In
There was a
Tijuana.
creature. Hey, there was
I
a
mean,
creature
it wasn't
living
in
in there.
Tijuana Bathroom Monthly. Let me tell you,
It wasn't the Copacabana of
no,
Tijuana.
not at all. It was a little rough and tumble area.
Yeah.
Because the best is where I lived.
Very rustic.
Well,
shall
I
you
lived,
say?
I lived in this oh man, it was crazy. I lived in Zona Norte, and the police wouldn't even go in there. But I lived in like a, it was like a,
Seriously. dude.
what do you call it? It was like 20 apartments, and what it was is like 15 of the apartments were occupied, and the other 5 were shooting gallery.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But what it is, it had this huge metal gate on the front, and then you'd walk into it was like a shark cage, and then there was a guy on the other end, and there were 2 ways to go. So if you lived
Drug
there, you
way
went
or
one
the
way, and you want a shooting gallery, you
Yeah.
go to the other way.
Yeah.
And all night long, the door would
resident
just be
or a
slamming all night long.
Yeah, right?
Going. And the federales came in once.
It sounds horrible.
Oh, well, I mean, at
What,
that
just
point
to
in-
pick up the dead bodies?
at this point in time. Well, no, they actually got into a gun battle
Oh man.
with the cartel.
And so you're in your apartment when this is going on, or you're in the shooting gallery?
No, I was in the shooting gallery. I
I
live
know,
next door
I'm
to
kidding,
it.
man.
Yeah. You know shit where you eat, dude.
That's a little fucking Larry and Needless humor, dummy.
And-
Just keep going, bitch.
yeah, I don't know why. What's up with the dummy today, asshole? But
Sorry.
that's fine. But yeah, no. So these guys would. So what happened was there was like a shootout, and then the federales came, and they come in 50 cal on the back of the
Oh,
truck.
man.
And
yeah,
they were
because it's
just-
not the local.
No, these
local
guys
federal
were
feds.
just unloading, just just
So people
I
are
mean,
getting fucking killed and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Dude,
man.
Oh, just another day.
Dude,
down
when I
there,
lived
man.
down there,
Yeah.
shit. When was
So,
that?
How many people?
2000
How many people get
Hey, wait, listen.
shooting this shootout?
3.
Wow.
No, that had to be like 2010ish, 2011 or something.
Like
wasn't it?
2000. So this was like the height of what was going on in Tijuana.
Yeah.
I would cross the border every day to go to work.
I'd say it had to be before that. Were you? Wait,
It
were
may have
you
been.
gone when Timmy died?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. I
I
don't
think that's
know.
like 2009.
Yeah.
bro.
So, but I would cross the border to work every day,
2008.
and they had
Well, it's
this
probably
huge,
right around that
they had
time.
this huge bridge, and they would actually hang the people from there.
Oh, yeah.
Disembowel them.
Oh,
And their
man.
guts would be
Here's
touching.
yeah.
what'll happen to you.
Their guts would be touching the ground from like 40 feet up in the
Yeah, oh
air.
yeah, they just pulled their stomach.
and then
off.
they would, what do you call it? And then they would have like huge banners and stuff.
Saying,
They
hey,
would-
fuck around and find out.
We would walk
Basically.
across. We would cross by through San Ysidro, and we'd cross over, walk through, and there was a Tijuana slough that runs right through. And that's how you have like a
What's that, a road?
no, it's like the waterway. That's where all the
Oh,
shit water
okay.
gets dumped into the ocean.
Yeah, that's
so this is
okay.
where they dump all that shit into
See,
the
I
like
wasn't
all their.
familiar
That's why
with the
everybody gets
slough
stabbed.
Yeah,
term
they get
now.
hepatitis.
Yeah.
Like people in close to like San Ysidro and a little bit closer.
You might as
up.
well live in India.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
release it in there.
It's
They
pretty
actually
br-
test
yeah.
the water every day, and they would we would go there when I lived down there with Amanda. We went down there one day, and there was just the first or second day we moved down there. We were walking back from our apartment to the grocery store, and there was just a dude dead on the ground,
Oh,
and
man.
little kids were like looting him,
Oh,
taking his
man.
shoes, digging through his pockets. He was just dead on the ground.
Yeah.
Shit.
Dude, there would be like bloods. It was crazy the stuff that they would get away with, and the amount of bribes I had to pay. We had to pay them all the fucking time, man.
Hey, gringo.
All
Time to
the
pay
time.
up.
Tijuana's it's got to be down. You know, besides like being in like some spot of Syria or
It's
Somalia.
more crooked than Chicago.
Well, it's one of the most dangerous.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
places
yeah.
around.
And the corruption is rampant.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
It's
not.
more
It's run by
crooked
the
than
cartels
Chicago.
more than the government.
Yeah.
It's not even. I mean,
It's Joe Biden's wet dream.
well, yeah.
crookedness.
Look what he's doing right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
He's letting them run the border.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah,
don't
no,
have
Tijuana
control
was
of it.
crazy.
Somebody
Yeah.
else does. But
And
yeah,
you
it
know
got-
he's getting a lot. I shouldn't even. I'm not even going to say it, but you know what I think.
But what do you call it? Yeah, there was just the craziness would just like some guy would just attack a guy with a machete right in the street.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like you'd just be sitting there,
And it's just an average
somebody
day.
get robbed. Like,
Yeah.
I never had a problem because I didn't look for trouble. You know what I mean? I was
Well,
cool with
they're looking for
everybody.
easy pickings too.
Yeah, and I was cool
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
everybody.
and you're not
and,
easy pickings.
And the craziest part was I lived. It was like this. Here was the place.
The easiest path of resistance or whatever.
And
And
then-
path of least resistance.
Yeah, and then there was
Right.
a ice cream shop, and then across next to that was this Hotel de Sol, and it was trannies, like a tranny spot, like a tranny hotel where they
Nice,
turn
nice.
tricks.
Yeah.
And dude, they were the coolest motherfuckers. Like
They
these
gotta
were
be,
old
you know?
school trannies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big fucking dudes, and they were a lot of American trannies, and they were like wigs on with beards and shit. But they had the best drugs ever.
And that was like, yeah, that's
What are you
before
doing? Don't do
trannies
that.
was a
Switch to the
thing.
other
Yeah,
camera.
there's needles from another direction,
I know, switch to the other
people.
camera.
Oh,
I
he
hate
gets
when you
all
do that.
fucking.
But no, the trannies, they got to be cool because they've been put through so much shit, so they
Well,
just have a good take on shit.
And it was
be
actually
friendly.
they would stick together down there. They're like a fucking gang, man. Like they ran
Oh,
this
no.
corner spot.
Yeah, dude.
And like it was crazy.
Well,
And
that's how
nobody
they are in
messed with them.
Thailand,
kill
too.
or be killed, right?
What's that?
Kill
No,
or
the-
be
dude, the
killed. You
trannies
gotta
stick
hold your
together.
shit down because
Yeah.
here's, yeah, they got to because they gotta take a lot of shit to begin with.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, they
no, that's
didn't
the
though.
thing.
People
But no,
fucking
now
left
when
them
you
alone.
got that shit
Well,
held
but that's
down
the thing,
like
people
that,
leave 'em
then-
Yeah,
alone.
people left them alone. They were like they did their own shit. They didn't fuck with nobody. They
That's the
didn't mess
thing.
with kids.
They
and
don't
shit.
bother nobody, so they
Because-
just.
as far as you know, they didn't mess with kids.
No, because I've seen what they do to people that mess with kids
Okay,
down
good.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, there was they would like I said they would put
Because right
signs
now
around
they have
people.
no problem seeming to allegedly traffic kids around everywhere.
Who? What? What are you
The
talking about?
government, the
Oh, I mean, come on. The
Mexico,
Clintons,
USA,
the Haitian Foundation.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah, but
man.
he's trannies. Yeah, right,
Yeah, no, this is like
So
this
you
is
know,
when,
I don't
like,
know what goes on.
This was
These
before it
weirdos
was
in
cool to be
TJ.
trans and before
Yeah,
the
no,
government
exactly.
indoctrinated you. Because listen,
Yeah.
how come these drag queens they do storybook time with little children. How come they don't go to a fucking old folks home? Or how come they don't go to like a fire
An old,
station? You know what I
an
mean?
old man would go, "What the fuck is going on?
Well, yeah,
the
why
old
don't
man
they,
would beat him
faggot?
down,
What's
yeah.
why
going
don't
on?"
they go somewhere else? No, they go to kids because they're the most malleable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're easy to indoctrinate into this crap, and they can take advantage.
They
of
don't
them.
know better.
The
They
most
can't-
precious
kids-
thing in
they
the
can't
world.
just-
Then
get
why
up
would
and
you
leave.
start grooming a 90-year-old man? He's gonna die. You need someone that's gonna fucking put out.
No, you groom them for
years.
cash.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if this sucker's gonna die soon,
Yeah,
you
dude,
want to be
Tijuana,
written in
man.
that will. But yeah, no, there was like the wild fucking west down there.
Yeah. Well, you take the good with the bad down there.
Yeah, it really, and it's a different. It literally is a different country.
is.
It's like what do you call it? It's like America's. What do you call it? What do you wipe your feet off? You know, it's like
Doormat.
like a doormat. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you wipe your feet
Well-
and all the shit stays right there.
Well, it's crazy too because Tijuana is like the armpit of Mexico, and it's right there on the
Uh-huh.
border. It's touching. But dude, they had such good food down there. Even
And the cheapest.
yeah, but no,
so
it was good.
cheap,
Even
man.
the chicken they had down there. Even what was the
Well,
other?
sure, everything is
in
like-
Tecate. You go down there. The other
Ensenada and
border.
Rosarito.
Well, no, but Tecate was inland a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can go down there and get crazy. I mean, it was a lot cleaner and nicer down there. We didn't have the riffraff.
Yeah.
But that's where you go.
It wasn't Tijuana.
Well, no, if you need like bricks for your house, if you
Uh-huh.
need like decorations, steel work, like staircases, any
This
of
is
that
a
kind
place
of stuff.
to
Yeah,
go.
like
You go-
trades.
yeah,
anything,
any kind of
anything with the
material type
trades,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, they do custom work. I mean, if you wanted like new, what do you call it? Like seats for your car, like the
Well, dude, I
upholstery.
know Mexicans
Upholstery?
do
Yeah.
good
Oh,
work.
man.
They do my lawn and
Oh,
shit.
dental work. Dental work.
Everything.
You go for plastic
Yeah.
surgery.
Hey, you go for that, you go there for dental work. It's like a fucking eighth of the price. If
Yeah,
you-
but the problem is they have no what do you call that? What's that
Do
called?
you know that Mexicans' teeth, Hispanic people's teeth are
insurance.
No, not insurance. What's that called? You see the doctor. The liability on it.
well, hey,
you
do you
can-
know that,
Malpractice.
Yeah.
They don't have to buy malpractice insurance.
Oh, that's nice.
So, but that's why all the good dentists go there.
Yeah, well, they're all trained.
Because people
they
would
go
sue,
to
they come from the
universities in
United
Illinois.
States and they
Or
go
not-
down
Hey,
there.
but let me tell you something, man. I don't know if you know this. I learned this from Forensic Files. Do you know that Hispanic people's teeth are made of a different material than white people?
Not enamel.
It's made. I don't know exactly what the difference is, but it's a
Okay.
different material altogether. It's like
I've never heard that.
it's
I've
got
never
a
heard that
different
either.
core. It's got a different fucking outer and everything.
We need a fact
And
check.
ever
I'm doing
since-
it
well,
right now.
You go, yeah, you check it out,
That's-
man.
that's
and I learned
pretty
that on
interesting.
Forensic Files where this one guy wanted to fake his own death.
And he
So he
used
used
the
a
wrong.
Mexican guy in his car, and they
No
burnt up the
shit.
body so bad that they didn't know at first.
Instead of
And then his
dental.
wife, cashed in the money, and then they both ran off somewhere. But the cops in charge were like, "This don't look right," and they checked the teeth, and they're like, "This is from an Hispanic guy." This guy was like, German. And they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And they busted
That's
him. And they
interesting.
caught her, and they caught him, man. And he
I know,
fucking.
you know what? I don't know.
That's interesting.
Listen,
though.
I don't
was
really
cool.
trust a show where they catch a killer in 30 minutes.
Well,
you know what I mean?
it was an hour.
It
It was an hour.
Oh, well, technically
40 minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes probably.
Was it MacGyver figuring this out?
No,
or
no,
is it
no.
like a
this
true
was
story?
Forensic Files.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
so
all
it's
right.
just it's made up.
It was no.
That's based on real stories.
Yeah,
but,
it's
they
probably
do
more
reenactments.
true than the fucking shit they tell us on the news.
So there's
That's
really
interesting. That's interesting.
Look up the
though.
composition of.
I'm looking it up right now.
Europeans people's teeth and Hispanic.
Smaller dimensions and larger teeth.
Well, they're definitely
But
small.
there's no.
Well, no, it's an actual different material, like kind of like horse teeth or something.
I don't know about that.
Well, yeah.
I used to know a girl we used to call that.
That's nice.
She had to love that.
We knew a girl we used to call horse cunt, but I'm not gonna say her name.
I mean, you already said enough.
Well, yeah.
Used to know a girl we used to call stink cunt.
Ugh,
Yeah, I just
that's horrible.
yeah, I don't know. I made that up.
You can't have
Oh,
one
you made that
with
up.
heated
That's
seats.
horrible.
Yeah,
Sound like Pier 30.
can't have
Pier
no
29.
fish frying here. I love those videos. Stop turning. How come you keep turning my seat,
Oh, yeah.
seat warmer off? This ain't no fish frying here. Oh man, that's
Oh
bad.
man. You guys are
I mean,
fucking
some of that stuff.
sick.
Yeah. Well, you can tell too that it was a white grandma, and you can tell she's been around black people for a long time, just the way she was talking. We
Yeah,
ain't
I
having
don't,
no
it
fish
doesn't
fry
really.
in here.
It doesn't really say, Larry, that
We'll
the teeth
find
are
it.
different.
We'll find it, man.
That's all right, man. I mean,
You got to ask a dentist. I have a
don't know if we
couple
have
of
to
good
ask a
dentist
dentist.
friends.
I mean, we can just look it up on the internet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not that big.
Internet don't lie.
Yeah,
Look up the
well,
forensic
I don't know about
files.
that.
Yeah.
Look up the forensic
definitely
files
lies.
where the guy used the body from
Dude,
Mexico.
ask ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Chat-
There, I don't
GPT.
use that shit. I don't want to be involved with any of that
Why
AI
not?
stuff. Huh?
My
It's the
brother.
devil.
Here's what my brother said to me. This is
It's
fucking
good stuff. You
crazy.
can get some good
No,
stuff
it's
off
not.
there.
He's like, hey man, here's what I'm thinking of doing. Having AI make make a real funky song, and so we'll have the thing write a song, and then we'll learn the song on real instruments and play it.
Yeah, you know, people are doing that
And
right
I'm
now.
like, well, what's
yeah.
the fucking point of
People
doing
do that right now. There's guys that make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of AI music.
Oh yeah, they put it on
They make
Spotify.
yeah, they make AI girlfriends and they make fake pictures and they get subscriptions from these dudes and they don't know she's fake and they just keep making pictures and sending videos to them. And the guy makes
What?
no money. And the guy's making
Oh,
$100,000 a year, $200,000 a
Oh
year.
man, you're telling me though, I don't care about the fucking pictures of the girls.
I'm just giving you examples.
Yeah, I
So
get that
fake.
example. But
Writers,
the
people
guys are
write
making
books.
hundreds of thousands of dollars off of AI songs. You're telling me?
Yeah. If it becomes
See,
a
now
popular
that makes
song,
me.
Well, no, you can have them
Well,
write.
this is why you want
write
it-
music, and then they put it to Spotify, and then they get all these
Yeah, they
listens,
get
and they're gonna get
downloads.
paid.
Yeah.
So and they just
Man,
keep
you know
making
how many
song after
listens
song
you
after
got?
and
song.
this is
Yeah.
why I don't want to use AI.
Well, no, you know how many listens you got to get off of one song?
Yeah,
to
but
fucking get paid?
but you have to remember they sell it or they'll sell it to somebody to use the beat or they'll do you know what I mean? They make all this
Oh,
stuff
man.
up,
They do. Yeah, there's lots of
Well, why
different.
would
there's
you need
multiple
AI to
combinations.
make a beat? I mean,
huh? Because some people can't.
take shortcuts.
I mean, why? It's the American way, capitalism, right? It's what we're based on. It's what this country was brought up on.
here's the thing, though. Music is supposed to be art,
Well,
and
okay,
artistic, made by an
Larry,
artist.
you're living in the Stone Age now. You just asked me why I don't want to use AI, and now you're
No,
all of a
I'm
sudden
telling
you just
you-
flip flopped
no,
and you're like, oh
no,
man,
I'm
AI's
telling
bad.
you. I'm telling you, I don't want to use AI either.
I'm
I
just
told my
telling you,
brother,
this is
why do you
what-
want to do that? I
this
go,
is-
why can't we just make a funky ass jam ourselves?
There is no
Well,
more
it's like we can. I just want
creativity
to
in this
figure
world.
it
Well,
out.
no, it's not a bad thing to do. Check it out. See, it's like, oh wow, this is actually a cool beat. We can use this part and do something with that
Yeah.
or something. It's
But
it's inspirational.
at the same
Well,
time-
you know, I know my brother. He's gonna want to fucking learn this. He's gonna want to
Exactly.
transpose it verbatim, yeah, because
well,
he's
but
crazy.
still, he didn't write it.
So the bass,
You know
yeah,
what I
and
mean?
that's
So-
what I told him. I go, doesn't that kind
it's
of
cheating.
It's just
It's
like
just like-
doing a cover song of something that you never heard
Hey,
before.
just like now,
If I
writing
tell a girl I'm 28,
and she believes you.
I
and
mean,
Yeah.
she's
come
something
on,
else.
jeez, I mean, this is farcical. 28.
there's
Oh
some
my
dumb
God.
girls out there.
She can tell by how long your
How old are
sauerkraut
you guys
fields
now?
are.
You guys what? 56,
Measure them
55?
like when you cut a tree open, you got to
Something
look
like
at the rings.
Yeah.
you can see how long it is.
I twist them now.
Oh, that's
I twist them
great.
together.
They see a bigger ring. They're like, that was a.
But the problem with AI now is people are
Good
using it
year.
to cheat in college. People are using it for
Well, they can't
paper.
anymore.
Well,
Well, now,
you can.
now, even the grade schools.
they're gonna have to do the
they're
stuff
no-
right in front of the teacher.
Well, no, there's
No,
a
I mean, you
program
can't
now.
do that to
The
write
teachers
papers.
can put papers into a program, and it can say if it's AI generated or not.
No shit.
Or even they have these things now.
Yeah,
where,
oh yeah, they figured that shit out real quick.
Like if somebody
Okay.
leaks pictures, they have an app now where you upload the picture and it tells you actually if it's
legit.
manipulated by AI or
Hey,
not.
how do they? They must just know the style, or how do they know that it's AI? I wonder.
Well, no,
when
because they
wrote
can put it
into
on
this
there and see if it
program.
was done
If it's
by
already
AI.
done then, yeah, 'cause
Because
it's
if
in-
AI did it, it'll pop it up right
It'll
away
be in there like
automatically.
in a
Verbatim.
catalog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll pop
Just
it up right
think,
away.
though,
This was
it's
done.
training
It'll tell you
itself.
exactly
Yeah.
when it was
Right
done.
now,
It
as
was
we
done on
speak,
this
it's
date.
training itself to take over. That's what it's training.
What if I was
Its
thinking
ultimate
like, what if
goal.
you used parts of AI?
It'll tell
with
you
the
that too.
idea
No,
of
it'll
it?
tell you that too. It'll tell you like it was 50% is still word for word.
Yeah,
because it'll
verbatim.
tell. It'll,
So
it'll
you
say
gotta
exactly what was
really,
printed up.
really not use any of the words in a row that they
But
use.
you know what? Listen. First of all, It's
if
so
you want
funny.
if you want to use AI to cheat
Well, yeah.
and not get caught.
Poor
I'm
Joe
like
Biden
writing
would
a
be-
paper or something like that.
Think
Poor
about,
Joe Biden, he needs AI
Well, remember,
installed
he
into
had
his
to quit
ass.
his first presidential race because he got caught plagiarizing.
Oh yeah, well he's still
I mean-
plagiarizing.
Huh?
He's still plagiarizing.
Plagiarizing what? A handicapped person?
Well, yeah.
Because, I mean, this guy is really
Yeah.
off the deep end.
At this point, yeah, but he plagiarized up until the point he couldn't plagiarize anymore.
It's even the lady, they've rewritten the lady that's running the Fed is all of her credentials and everything was made up.
Oh,
and they still
nice.
keep her in.
That's
The
wonderful.
Fannie Willis lady, she
yeah.
did like plagiarized that chick from Harvard. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
rampant.
yeah.
The
Gay,
gay lady, yeah. Enola Gay.
no, yeah.
Wasn't that like the bomber or something?
Yeah.
That's so.
Hiroshima,
But so
the one that dropped
name
off
was
Big
like that.
Boy.
yeah, it
something
was
similar.
Claudine. It was
Yeah,
Claudine Gay. But
Claudine Gay. Yeah.
it's the funny thing is we just sit back and this shit's just gonna take over and we can't do nothing.
Well,
about it.
everybody's so lazy nowadays.
Well, that is the
That's the
truth.
truth.
Have you ever seen that? What's that movie called? Where they what do you call it? Crap. What's the one where they're all fat and lazy and with Wilson? Where shit, I
Wilson?
completely forgot. Or everybody's stupid. Where the
Oh, Owen Wilson.
yeah, no, we're not.
You're the smartest guy we have.
yeah, we
That's
saw
the-
that the other day.
yeah, the
What's that
clip.
called?
Yeah, what is that
on the
movie?
tip of my tongue, man.
I'm the secretary of teaching or something. The guy looks like
something.
Oh, that was funny. Actually, I've never seen that movie though.
It's hilarious. Like everybody's just fat, lazy. They don't do nothing. Everybody's
Oh, yeah.
half
It sounds
Give it
like
electrolytes.
it's probably
It grows.
it's probably just predictive programming.
What do you mean?
The movie with everybody's fat and lazy and doesn't
Something
do
sick.
anything. It was just
what the hell
showing
was
you
that
what's going to
movie?
happen.
Something
and where we're at now.
idiocracy.
Yeah.
Idiocracy.
Oh, someone was telling me to see that today.
It's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah,
really
who
good.
You know,
was
I've
it,
never seen
man?
that
Probably
type of movie.
Anfort, Donnie Anfort.
It was
No.
it was him or
Arba?
And I said, yeah.
I gotta see that movie because I've seen clips and it does
It's very
seem pretty
funny.
funny.
What's his name? The dude that's Terry, the black guy that got sexually assaulted at that party.
Oh,
Terry
I thought
Crews,
you
the
weren't
Jack
going to tell
dude.
anyone about
He was the
that.
president. He's the president, I think, in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's just like what do you call it? Just like he's like the clip from Napoleon Dynamite with the karate guy with the pants. He's like red,
all
white,
American
and
stuff.
No, man, you're
With
talking
Rex.
fucking Chinese.
Rex Kwon-Do.
Yeah, you missed because he didn't look at the clip he sent yesterday. Slap him. Rex
I
Kwon-Do.
tried, I
and that's what he
tried.
does. He's like trying to get you slapped.
Oh, yeah. and he's Napoleon's
Oh,
brother.
you know what? I thought it was dumb, and I clicked off of it. I think.
Well, it is. It's
It's
Napoleon.
very dumb,
Have
but
you ever
that's
seen
the
Napoleon
funny part
Dynamite?
about it. Oh,
It is
man.
pretty. It's so stupid.
See, I
it's
didn't
funny.
see it.
2 years of cage fighting.
Yeah.
he
just smacks him.
Try to kick me.
Try to kill. Yeah.
So I got to say one thing. We're winding
Dressed like
down.
Peter Pan.
We're winding down.
That's right.
Check this out.
What?
It's one
there's
of
nose beers in
it's
there.
one of my cat's ashes.
All right, cool.
Oh, it's a
It
little
says
lady.
Miss
It's a boy.
Kitty.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
You can get those at Tom's.
Okay.
This is actually pretty cool.
Tom wanted me to point this out that you can get for any animal, you can get any size of all kinds of different trinkets. Tom has little bullets that you can get with the cat's name on here.
You
This
can probably
one's-
get something else.
Great for the
besides a
visual,
bullet,
or
too.
great for
Yeah.
the
That one's
audio
my
listeners.
cat, Miss Kitty.
Real great.
Well, no, they know what it's all about. You know, everybody gets a little coffee can or whatever, a little urn or whatever.
I'm sure women
And
can put a
sometimes
heart
you
or
want to
something.
give some people,
Yeah.
you know, some ashes, or you want to wear one, or you know, like you have
Right
a
to the
fucking
pet
plane
cemetery with
trip
mine.
to
Yeah.
take, and you go, oh, I don't feel safe. I want to take this good luck thing with my dead cat.
Well, it actually feels.
That cat ashes
feels
are good
And,
luck. Where is this written?
I don't
down?
know. Maybe
Now
you
you're
know
just
you
making
got
shit
your own
up.
thing. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
your own thing going on. So I gave Sherry one with Sebastian, Baby-O, and Miss Kitty for her birthday the other day, and Tom wanted me to advertise these last month, and I said no, I can't because I'm going to give them to Sherry for her birthday.
Yeah, you don't want her to know.
But you
And
had
she'll-
this last month,
Yeah.
so you couldn't show it.
No, because if Sherry listens or watches, she'll see it or hear that there's little bullets with the ashes in there. And then she'd say, I want one. and then I
can't give you one.
Yeah. It was better when I just gave it to her and she didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of the Vietnam ear necklace.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I like.
if you can't do
Cat
that,
ears.
Cutting off
Yeah,
ears.
well, you don't even have to cut them like this. You just use a scissor.
Yeah.
Or just keep the head.
Well, I was talking human ears, but
Oh,
yeah.
human ears, yeah, that's a little bit different.
We have Vietnam.
Remember, that's actually real though. Those guys would keep trophies.
Oh, yeah.
of
Oh, yeah.
these guys.
My
It's like,
dad,
man, what's stinking around
hey,
here?
my dad told me one time he was at a sales call. He's trying to sell this guy. I don't know what he was, a messenger service at the time. And the guy finds out my dad was in the Marines and he's a vintage dude. And my dad's, he sees my dad's about the same age. He's like, hey, you in the Marines? Because the guy was in the Marines. And the guy, he's like, check this out. He shuts his office door. He pulls out of his drawer or some cabinet
I still
the
don't
fucking
understand
string
this though.
with the ears. You got to ask my
No,
dad.
I talked to Big Joe about
I
it
keep
already.
asking him about.
But
I keep telling him
string
to
with
come
what?
on. I ask a string with
Shriveled
ears
ears
on
on it.
there from fucking
But
kills.
I don't understand
from
how they didn't
Nam.
rot or they didn't stink or they. I still don't understand.
I'm sure they were past the point because
Yeah,
it was
they
like
probably
you
Yeah,
know,
had
but they don't
1990s.
mummify. You have to, you know what I mean? Like you
I
have
don't
to
know,
add some
Niels. We
formaldehyde.
gotta ask
I did
my
ask
dad
him, and
about.
he said he didn't know how the process
Oh.
was. But I'm
I'm
very
sure he
intrigued.
has
that
somebody
is what
figured
they
out
did.
that-
You
I
know,
really don't want
They
to type
did.
that
No,
into.
they did.
I
yeah.
really don't want to type that into Google though. How do you
Yeah,
preserve
They're really
ears?
fucking.
Yeah.
Well, no,
From a
no.
kill.
You ask,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to
about-
add that either.
No, dude, you ask about the Vietnam. Why did the
Ear
Nam
collection,
guys?
ear
Yeah,
necklaces,
yes.
Well, no, they're going to say why they did it, but I mean, I don't know how they
How
preserve
do they
them,
make
yeah.
them? Well, maybe they dip them in lacquer or something when they get home.
Formaldehyde or
Something.
maybe
I'm
the
sure it
maggots
does
that were
fucking-
Because I mean,
sorry,
that's
yeah,
got to
oh.
stink.
I'm sure
And
it
you
does
got
start
bloody
getting
ears.
rotten and getting
Yeah.
shriveled.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Well,
here's the
your mind,
thing.
you're in a little different mentality out
Oh,
there.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. Maybe they keep them on ice.
ice
they get back-
jungle. I mean, now
a
you're
joke, bro.
And now you're really talking. That's funny.
Yeah,
though.
crazy
I don't
stuff,
understand
man.
how that works, but I mean, you got to be a real sicko.
I would have
keep
loved
your-
to experience Vietnam as
memento.
long as I was guaranteed to, survive
Survive.
it with all my limbs.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Well, there's a lot of mental fucking wounds that
drug
happen.
addicts.
You know,
A
yeah.
lot of drug addicts.
Well, it's like
came
when you're
back.
young, 18, and you go killing people, you're not thinking about it then. But once you come back, it's like, man, all
and
these
your country
people,
spits on
I
you.
know
Yeah,
my
all these
dad's
people I
friends.
killed.
I know my
Oh,
dad's friends from Nam were fucking crazy, and my dad's friends were mostly pretty crazy, but the Nam guys were really crazy. But I also remember when I was a little kid, anytime you would read in the paper, and my dad would read us these big long articles, and then the last sentence would always be, and then he'd
Vietnam veteran.
yeah, no, ex-marine.
Oh, okay.
It was
Well,
always
yeah,
an
but
ex-marine.
But that, well, my dad
And
did
I'd
two
be
tours.
like, oh, and he'd look at us because he was in the Marines, and he'd look at us.
Yeah,
He'd be like, oh my
You're
god.
Benoit, you guys. But yeah, no, my dad
Fucking
did two
kill us.
tours, and
Yeah.
and he was fine. That was
Yeah.
the best, one of the greatest generations ever.
Yes,
They
no,
came back and kicked ass and
1000%.
yeah, no, they came back, kicked ass, and
What
didn't
about?
complain.
He
Yeah.
didn't talk about it and shit though.
Never, ever,
Well,
still
okay.
will never talk about
So
it.
here's the thing.
He used to have nightmares. I
Well,
remember,
he wasn't
man.
fine then. It wasn't totally
Well,
fine, unscathed.
he knew how to
He
deal
didn't get
with
his
it.
arms blown off
No,
or get
but
killed.
still, he
It
maintained.
still's bad to go to war.
First of
though.
all,
You're gonna have some issues.
Something's gonna
let's
happen.
break it down like this. Somebody didn't call him a he when he was a she, and he didn't lose his mind.
Right.
So okay, he was doing pretty damn good from
Right.
what you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He wasn't supporting burning the flag, but he got drafted when he was 18.
well, that's what they did, man.
18 well, I'm just saying.
It's
But
so
imagine
fucked
that,
up.
from Iowa.
Dude,
Take you from Iowa.
He lived in Iowa.
Yeah.
oh, dude, your birthday, you're watching the TV to see if you got drafted.
Oh yeah, they would pull the lottery. out
Yeah,
on
like
you.
you're watching TV to see if your number got picked to go to war.
Yeah. And
That
they would
sounds
just
fucking
ship
great.
Your ass out
Right?
to the jungle.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I want to do a story about this. That's actually pretty cool.
Oh, do you have any good sushi twin
So
stories?
now my dad's
Oh, yeah, I
friends who
didn't
were
talk about,
my dad's one friend who was in the one dude I talk about a lot, Jimmy, the dude that used to sell blow to Zeppelin. He was truly like if you're fucked up before you go in, it makes you really a fucked up person
bet,
afterwards. You know, like if you have a tendency to go that way, be you know.
Yeah.
What?
Well, some people could really like it out there.
Yeah,
all the
he did.
killing.
Oh, well,
and I got to
well-
tell you off camera what he would tell me.
But I'll tell you right now, though,
But I
you
can't
have to
even
get
say it
adjusted
on
or you
this.
die.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no, I like killing. It's
Yeah.
No.
you are a killer because
This dude
there's
went
people
out on,
in
like,
the
'cause
fucking
you're
jungle
it's
coming
get-
at you.
yeah, it's
Here, let me
kill or
read
be
this to you.
killed.
I want to read this to you because this is pretty crazy. We're talking about this. So during the Vietnam War, Medal of Honor recipient Master Sergeant Roy Benavides found himself with 37 puncture wounds, an exposed intestine, a broken jaw, and was completely caked in blood, thought for dead. He appeared to be
Jeez.
dead until he spit in the face of a doctor who was zipping him up in a body bag.
Oh my God.
This is the guy right there. He's the what do you
He's
call
the
it?
baddest
He's
man
based
around.
on Rambo. Wow. They sort of based
37 puncture
This is
wounds?
crazy. This
Oh,
guy's story. I read about.
That's heavy duty.
I watched a thing for
Dude,
about 30
oh
minutes
my
on him
God.
yesterday.
That's a lot
What
of
do you call
puncture
it?
wounds, Kiki.
He like joined the military and he wanted to be a paratrooper and he ended up.
And they
in
said
this-
you're going to be a pincushion, I think.
No.
Well, that
listen,
was what the
they wanted
fortune
him
told.
He wanted to be a
told him.
paratrooper, so he was like driving these like colonels around and generals, and he struck up a conversation. And he was like, he told the guy, he's like, I will pay out of my own pocket to go to paratrooper school.
Wow.
And the guy's like, hey, if you're
That guy's
serious, then you
intense.
could do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was old, like a little bit older. Actually, no, he was kind of young actually at this point in time. So he went there. He fucking stepped on a landmine, but it didn't. The shrapnel didn't come up. Just the concussion came up.
Yeah.
And it was so bad, his whole ass like concaved and bruised, and it took his spine and smashed his brain into the top of his head.
Wow.
He couldn't walk. He was.
He
at-
said, ow, I think.
he was
the
like
first words.
So
Yeah.
so they find him, they take him back to the States, and they're like, you're never gonna walk again, you're never gonna talk again.
He's like,
and he was like,
"Bullshit."
fuck this. And he would climb out of his bed every night, and he would climb up and crawl to the wall and then crawl back. And first the nurses would scold him and shit, but then
Yeah.
everybody was cheering him on eventually,
right.
cheering him on. So he taught himself how to regain his talk. He became
went back?
one of the first Green Berets
Oh, man.
and went back to Vietnam.
Well,
Wow.
dude, you
That
want to
guy's a
hear
trooper.
something?
And
That's
then-
my dad's buddy Jimmy.
Well, here, listen, and then listen. So then he goes back.
I gotta tell
and
you.
then what do you call it? He's like a liaison to these to like the not the NVA, but to like these offshoots of little factions that are fighting against what do you call it, the
Viet
NVA
Cong,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. So they send these guys out, and he decides to stay to catch some sleep because he was on a patrol all night long. Goes back, hits the rack. These guys go out. They get caught. They're literally cutting through the jungle. They run into another team cutting through the jungle. So these guys, they're communicating back and forth, trying to say that they're not. They were dressed like in all black, like, you know what I mean, like not looking like Americans. They only had their dog tags on. So then something happens and a firefight ensues. So then they radio in to get helicoptered out. They're like, "Fuck you, keep on with your mission and keep going forward." So then they keep going forward, and as they're going forward, another NVA group comes in contact with them, and then what do you call it? So then they're fighting the NVAs now, and then now they call in another airstrike. They were flying so low with the jets, they could feel the heat off the
Nice.
engines, and they were napalming these guys.
Oh,
Damn.
man.
So then this guy hears this, the Ray Benavides guy. I think I'm saying his name right, Benavides or something like that. And so he hops on another copter. So 2 helicopters get shot down trying to extract these guys. He hops in a helicopter with a medical kit and a Bowie knife, not even armed, gets dropped off at the point, and then goes down into this area and rescues these guys.
Wow.
And comes back, and he it's like the same. That's what I was reading. He had all those puncture wounds. His jaw was broken. All of
Well,
that shit.
this didn't happen. Here's what happened to Duluth.
Dude, that's when men
Here's-
were men.
They couldn't. All of the team got killed, and they couldn't. They thought everybody got killed, but they found a guy that actually was with them, and he totally corroborated the whole story.
Hey, how about this, man? My dad's friend Jimmy, he went out like 5 times where everybody got killed except him. He told me that he was the guy that they would get the money together to kill the bad leader. So he'd kill the lieutenant or whoever who didn't know what he was doing to get a better guy. But he said he kept going back. So eventually he got caught some
his own lieutenant?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
and he
jeez.
also said he killed more blacks than he did.
Jesus, man.
And I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, yeah,
That's
you know, and
bad,
he's
yeah.
also fucking, he's like, and I killed a lot of motherfuckers there. He was really,
See, but the problem is
he was crazy.
I don't.
but he
believe
got
people that
machine
talk about
gunned.
it like that though.
He
I don't-
did.
you know
Well,
what I
he was
mean?
he was
True.
heavily damaged. Needles, trust me.
Well,
he was
but-
like a gangster guy. I
but
could say this
everybody
because
was-
he's dead now.
I know, but everybody's
anyways,
heavily damaged from war.
He got machine gunned, and they told him he would never walk again, and he said, "Fuck that." And when he initially got hit, he said they write on your forehead with a grease pencil the last time they shot you up with dope. And he
morphine,
would
yeah.
just keep wiping that down, wiping that off, and be like, "Oh," and you know,
He knew the tricks.
yeah, and fucking, he was a very, very fucked up guy. He's the guy that beat the shit out of my drummer in my own house in front of my mom, and
Did
we're
he
getting ready
deserve
to
it?
practice. No.
Just
No.
out of nowhere.
He was drunk and he's at my house and he's crying about some mobster dude that just got trunked and he wants to go to the funeral, but he's too fucked up to drive and he's asking me to go with him. And my mom's like, don't go. And I'm like, yeah, hemming and hawing. No, man, I don't want to go, Jim. We're going to practice and stuff. So my drummer comes in. He's some dude, motorcycle guy. Pulls off his helmet. Now, when I say motorcycle guy, not a biker. I'm talking like a
Crotch
Power
walker.
Ranger looking motorcycle
Oh, yeah,
guy.
yeah.
You know, with suits and all that shit. Right, riding in the rain. He rides all
like
the time.
gold wings and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
and so
like
he comes
cross-country
in
shit
and
Not in
fucking
Duro, but-
Jimmy's like, we're gonna practice, and he's the drummer, and Jimmy's like, you here to play? And he's like, yeah. And he just smashes the guy in the face, punches him in the face real hard, then punches him again, gives him a left. He's going down, punches him in the back of the head when
Oh,
he's
man.
down, kicks him.
Didn't even see this coming.
And it was my buddy that we're about
Yeah.
to jam.
He's here,
And
he's
it's
like,
my
"Hey, what's
dad's
going on?"
friend. You
Yeah.
know what I
Oh,
mean?
man.
And my mom is like, "What are you doing? What's wrong with you?" Freaking out. And my friend is like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "He said he wanted to play." And I'm like, "Dude, he's my drummer." And he's like, "Oh, I just thought it was some dude." He thinks we're in a bar. We're at my mom's house in the
Yeah.
kitchen. I'm
Just
like,
walking.
"Dude, this
I
is
wanna
my
play. That's
this
a
is
weird
my
wording
friend."
for
And a
fighting.
younger guy walks in. Yeah, like a young kid walks in.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wanna
And he just,
play.
you know, starts beating the shit out of him. And I mean, kicked his ass. And now he's got like, my mom gives him a bag of frozen peas or corn or whatever. And he's
oh,
holding
man.
it on.
What time we at?
We're past time.
man,
So I
Wait.
got to say,
Oh, wait, real quick.
Yeah,
you know,
let's
talk
hear it,
about like
Kiki.
that guy and his mission. Like, there's just how real men were men back
Oh,
then.
yeah.
That's when they used to do. That was the first time they used to do a halo drop. You know what a
Oh
halo
yeah,
drop?
high altitude.
High altitude, low opening.
Oh,
so these
yeah.
guys, they would. This was the first time
drop
they ever did
hard and open late.
this. Well, no, they would drop from probably I don't know if it was like
30, 20.
15 to 20,000 feet where radar can't detect you, and then you jump out of the plane. You're like a pencil going straight down. So
Really
radar,
dropping
So
hard.
radar can't detect you, and then you open when you reach 1,000 or a little below 1,000
Oh,
feet.
my God.
That's when you open the parachute. But that's where you're going behind enemy lines.
Talk about
and you're going
fucking
on a kill
nerve-wracking.
mission.
In
Kill
At
mission.
night.
Yeah,
In the
Kill-
dark.
Well, and they
you're
would-
either gonna kill or die.
Well, they would-
or
you
break
get
your
killed.
leg.
they would call it a SOG mission, suicide on ground.
Yeah.
Because you're going in there, no dog tags, no affiliate like uniform, anything.
You're a man,
Well, they said the CIA. Well, I don't know if it was back
man
then,
of no country,
but they would
man
make
with no country.
they would make you weapons with no serial numbers.
Wow.
Everything.
Yeah, ghost guns and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, it
but
was
they would make
crazy,
crazy stuff too. We're making poison darts and
Oh,
stuff
all-
like
yeah.
that. Like every like
With you were going into
highly-
assassinate.
Oh, you know what? Also, the biggest scam too is the military. Like, hey, well, you're young, everything's expensive. Come here, we'll get you money to go to college and do all this bullshit.
Yeah, but here's the other thing though. Like, I gotta say, people like my own dad,
No, they're
who was going
patriotic.
down a bad path probably if he
probably
didn't
helped
go to
him
the
out, yeah.
military. Yes.
Remember that? If they you go to
Yes, he
jail or
told
you go
me-
to the military.
Yeah, well that was my cousin Larry, but I remember when he went to the army. I'm like, oh, awesome! You're going to the army. All of a sudden, out of the blue, and he's like, yeah. He's all sad about it. And I'm like,
Better
why
go
are
to
you
college.
happy? He's like, and
Way
then
better
my
to go to
dad
college.
explained to me, yeah, it's
You
like,
know what I mean?
he had to go to the army or else he had to go to jail.
Yeah.
And fucking, that was like the first run of like boot camp type bullshit. It was like
They
back
straighten
then.
you out
It was
real
like, you know,
quick.
1975 or something.
Dude, that's crazy stuff. Dude, you know what the CIA does? You know how the CIA... the
What
CIA
don't they do?
Well, you
How's
know,
that?
the CIA,
Let's start with that.
Well, you know how the the U.S. government, they have to follow, the rules of war, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Geneva Convention.
Exactly, all that stuff.
Everybody
Rules of
supposedly is
engagement.
supposed to.
The CIA doesn't.
Of course
They
don't.
have something that's called Title 50,
Yeah, okay.
where they don't have to follow any rules. They could go do whatever. Like, if we can't go to another, like, when we killed Osama,
that was fake.
Yeah.
well, we weren't, let's say, we
guy
weren't
that
at
was
war with
representing-
Pakistan, so we can't invade their country to go kill somebody.
But,
But like technically, the CIA can be like, okay, we want these SEALs to do it. Now, under Title 50, they're part of the CIA now because the CIA can do whatever
No
they want.
affiliation.
They can
so
do
now
whatever
there's
they
all
want.
holds,
Well,
no
first
holds
of all,
barred.
So now,
CIA
they put them under
how
Title
many
50.
countries have they been involved with overthrowing?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I mean,
All
come
of
on,
them.
man. It's
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
every
all of them
single-
since they've been invented.
Well, they've been teaching other countries how to overthrow
Yes.
other people too forever, how to torture
And they
them, all that
infiltrate.
stuff. Or I should
the
say
CIA
enhanced interrogation.
Well, no, the CIA is the number one perpetrator of training other enemies or training other
Oh, yeah.
combatants to fight our enemies, and then all of a sudden they turn on
Turn
us.
us. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean, we're notorious for that.
that's the thing, man. It's like it's like that Stockholm syndrome thing.
I don't know about that.
We
That's a lot
love the
different.
CIA. Well, most people do think they're
Well,
great.
they
I
think
don't know
it's-
about that.
well,
no
they
one
think
thinks
it's
the
for-
CIA is great.
They used to, though.
Sad thing is, there's a lot of dumb people
They
that still
do.
Well,
They,
I don't-
they're good for us. They
Yeah, a
help us.
lot of
Yeah.
people do.
Well, they
Mike.
don't understand the capacity of the CIA. They
Well, but
see it on
that's the
TV.
problem.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's
They
all.
don't.
It's as soon as you cut one layer, like an onion. You know what I mean? Once you keep on peeling it, you're gonna find
Yeah,
out.
you're
more
There's a
like,
lot more
nefarious-
layers in an
Well,
onion.
more and
now
more nefarious
you'll
things that they've
find.
done.
Yeah.
You know, Bay of Pigs,
Pigs of
all-
Bay.
I mean, Ukraine war.
Then they didn't feed the pigs.
Taliban,
Every war that's
yeah,
ever
every
happened.
single thing that
Everything.
that America has intervened in. World War II, World
9/11.
War One.
Hezbollah, Hamas.
Well, 9/11. I mean, that was. I mean, I was watching this thing with Muammar Gaddafi about
Momar was a good guy.
what do you call it? How he said that. He's
Anyone
like,
named
"Oh,"
Momar for one thing.
He's like, you don't. He's like, he was with Larry King, and Larry King's like, oh, you don't believe the Taliban did? He's like, you think these guys from Afghanistan? He's like, no planes flew from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
He's like, where did the planes fly? He's like, they flew from your own country. He's like,
Yeah.
the people were in your country. He's like, they were training in your country.
Dude.
And then Larry King goes to commercial break.
Yeah.
Like he.
Oh,
they
dude,
can't-
Gaddafi
they
was he was a threat to America after a
Yeah.
while because all the underground aquifers they had in
Yeah.
Libya.
They wanted
Yeah,
to-
no,
Well,
I
he
don't know
wanted
about
to
this.
give because you can use that to produce energy.
Yeah,
So he wanted free energy for
yeah.
everybody, and then he wanted Africa. He wanted to help Africa big
and so
time.
they didn't want that because they
Oh,
got the
no,
money
yeah.
locked down.
They-
on
Yeah,
that.
have you ever seen the video of that when they kill him?
No.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
man, it is brutal.
They jam they jam guns up his ass and
That's
some
fucking
shit and all this
bullshit.
crazy stuff. They
Poor
beat the tar
Gaddafi.
out of him. Well, you know what?
That was
Just
one
like
of the-
Diddy, when you're not needed anymore. You know, when you're
Gun
not
in
Yeah,
the
needed.
but
to-
guns
get a
up
gun
your
in the
ass is
ass.
a
Yeah.
little fucking harsh.
What's that?
Was he still alive?
Yeah.
When it,
Yeah, well, that's where
Yeah,
they just
totally
they
alive.
threw him to the wolves. Basically, they had him. Yeah, they basically fed the people a bunch of lies, and they just started over.
Yeah, they started a coup.
Yeah,
It wasn't bloodless, I'll tell you that right now.
No,
and then
yeah.
they bring in another puppet regime, and another psyop begins until we lose faith in that one. Just like look at Haiti right now. Holy crap! That place is out of
I
control.
remember hearing a
Well,
story of Gaddafi when he went to, I think it was Italy or something like that, and he ordered like 50 women from the local brothel and had them all come in, and he started reading the Quran to them and telling these women, get out of this life you're living, do something better for yourself.
no kidding.
He had all that.
Oh, yeah.
He had the only
See,
female,
now-
the female. What do you call
See, now
bodyguard?
that
bodyguards,
sounds
yeah.
great to me.
Yeah, the Quran.
Yeah.
You don't want to read that. That's
Well, no, but it
garbage.
sounds great that he was telling
Positive.
these women
Well,
not
yeah.
to be
Yeah.
whores.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, he's doing very horrible things.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's.
He's
but-
almost as bad as Needles.
Yeah, well, no, he's had.
Not that bad.
No,
I know.
What do you
Anyway,
mean, man?
and I-
Children and stuff like that. Like he would go into a village and tap children on the head, and they would just take him.
Yeah. What he dude?
Yeah,
do you
like
mean?
he was.
Halftime show at a
What do you think
basketball
I mean?
game.
He would go
he'd
to a
hang
village,
people.
tap on a child's head,
And then they take him
and
for
then they
weird
take him to the
sex and
palace.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
you'd have a
man.
harem of all these kids, and then either they would kill them or they'd be turned into slaves.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that about
Yeah,
him.
no, he was a bad dude.
Well, that's cool.
Listen,
but you know,
all
here's
those
the
people
thing.
in that region were.
These
all
motherfuckers
molesters.
are no different.
Who's not?
Do I need to spell it out for you?
You keep on saying this. I don't-
Everybody that we have in charge of us.
Oh yeah.
Well, not everybody.
Hillary.
Just about. A lot of them.
don't-
Billy
well,
Bob.
A good amount of them.
Listen, why do low-level pedophiles get arrested and not the ones that really matter?
Because they're in charge. The ones
No,
that
because
really
I know,
matter.
that was a
otherwise,
rhetorical
otherwise,
question.
yeah.
I mean-
Otherwise, they'd all get.
And why are
arrested.
the low-level prostitutes
Not
the ones that
prostitutes,
are
pedophiles.
No, I'm just saying, why are the low-level prostitutes the ones that are always attracted to me? Or I'm attracted to.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because
over
they're
here.
dirt, they're dirt
Kiki gets
bags.
it.
We like dirt bags. I like. Yeah.
I mean, if a prostitute is
Sleazy.
attracted to you, I don't know if that's good or bad.
You've never had a prostitute give it to you for nothing?
Okay. I mean, what number were
Oh,
you
yeah.
During that day, though? I mean, if you're going,
I don't know.
Might have
I
been
wasn't
the 300th guy
counting,
through the
man, you know.
turnstile that day, so she might have just not been ready.
That's what.
I need to work
Who
this
was
thing.
telling
Some
me
guy
Yeah,
that
she's
jammed
like,
in
oh,
there.
look at how tiny it is. You're for free.
There's some.
This ain't even gonna hurt.
Whatever.
Fucking, that ain't a wound.
You could do me in the butt.
All this projecting.
Oh, okay.
These fucking guys. A lot of the clients, ask Tom. A lot of the, forget it. You could ask Tom on your own time about a lot of the patients that come in that I've associated with.
At the clinic?
Yeah, at the clinic.
That is not the place to hook up with people.
It's not where I hook up, it's where they end up. So
Yeah, what are you giving them? And what do you have?
ask Tom.
So you're like just passing all this stuff around?
Cut to Tom's freak.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know, he's not understanding what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, so you
Okay.
hang out with them and then they end up at the clinic for STDs.
No, not
That's what you
STDs,
just
other
said. Well-
things. Other damn.
No, they,
An
they
oil
have
change?
No, they have pets. They have
They
pets.
have pets.
Oh, there you go.
So
okay.
listen, go to
So their
Tom's
dog
free
has
cl-
herpes then.
Yeah, go to Tom's Free Clinic Automotive and Veterinarian Services for any of your household needs around the Netherlands in the in your
The
pet
nether
area and
regions.
your car
Nether regions,
region.
not the Netherlands. I'm the dummy.
Whatever.
If you go to the Netherlands,
Yeah,
Hey,
but
if
I
you go to
wouldn't.
the Netherlands,
Don't go
tell
to.
him-
Actually, that dude. Whatever. Okay.
Hey, Netherlands. A lot of our customers. When Tom is in the Netherlands,
dig yourself
when he's
out,
in
dude.
Amsterdam,
Yeah, the
he
red light
treats a lot of
district,
them on the spot, at the fucking spot in the
He was just
Netherlands,
confusing you,
in
that's- yeah,
Amsterdam.
If you've been hanging in the jungle and your wiener's a little fungal, call Tom's Free Clinic.
That's pretty good, Needles.
you guys have a great day.
Yeah, thanks. If you're listening, peace. We love you. Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, man, we love you, and I also want to thank God and Jesus for letting me live another
Yeah,
day.
and Matt, you're gay.
That's,
I haven't said that in a while.
that's real nice. Here's our real professional outro song. Peace. Later.
Larry and Needle Show.